Hi Jennifer, how are you? Hope you can hear me okay. Wouldn't you know, it's raining here in Dublin today, and there is no flipping rain forecast. None whatsoever. Hey Kathy. Hey, hi Katrine, how are you? Just my luck, it's raining on me. Hopefully it won't last too long. Sure, we'll head up anyway and see what this creepy org is up to, but rainy Sunday afternoon. No doubt they missed me last weekend when I was away visiting my mum. So it'll be a lovely surprise for them. Absolutely lovely surprise. Just waiting for a break in the traffic there before we have a break in the traffic. And cross over the road. Hi Lolanda, how are you? It is raining in Dublin this afternoon and there's absolutely zero rain forecast. So thanks very much Mother Nature. No worries, I don't mind getting wet. If I minded getting wet in Ireland, sure Jesus, I'd never leave the house. Do you know what I mean? So let's see what these lads are up to today, if there's anything occurring at all. Ooh, we have something on by the looks of things. There's an awful lot of cars out here. Let me see which spot. This is a spot I like. It needs have a lot of cars. The back car park there looks to be full. Parking all the way along the side. Front one looks pretty full as well. Wonder how far back are them cars going. They all the way up to the end. We might walk down to the far side, see how far back they're parked along. You really think he's going to find a spot back there? Maybe he'll park on the grass. Did he find himself a spot? Hey Pinky, how are you? Oh, they're doing some Irish dancing, yeah. Definitely a lot of cars out here. I'm not sure though about this parking along the front. If there was an emergency, like say the building went on fire, I'm not sure the people in the back there would safely be able to get out. I'm not sure about the health and safety of that rig out. Maybe something to look into. The car there parked in the entrance. Let's have a look anyway, see what's happening down at this end. Oh, cool. The rain is starting to ease up a bit, so that's good. I love this time of year, autumn, or fall for you Americans. I love the different colours we get on the tree leaves. Time will we have to. I wonder when did the event start? Still more cars pulling in. Don't know where they're all going to park. We'll have a peek in this end anyway, see how. Oop. It's not the best laid out car park in the world, because they do have a lot of empty spaces. And I consider that unused football pitch or JA pitch. They could have made that into more car parking spaces. Do you know what I mean? It's not terribly well planned out, this bit. I guess they're doing the illusion of it being a community centre. And to be a community centre, I suppose you want the football pitch for that. Church of Scientology and Community Centre of Dublin. Or for us lay people, we know it as a cult. For fuck's sake, lads, they could have done a nice garden there. That's rather pathetic. Oh, next door might be a hostel, oh. This is as far down as I can go. Here we have Church of Scientology and Community Centre. Welcome, come in for a tour, visit our multimedia exhibition, open from 9:30 to 10. Saturdays, Sundays 9:30 to 6 to watch their films. Very good. All visitors were reception desk upon entering. Media tours must be arranged in advance. The use of the cameras inside the church is prohibited. Church is private property and reserves the right to refuse entry to any person. Not exactly a church then. The cars are pretty much all the way out the driveway there. Now if that wasn't on the slope there, they could use that to park on. They really did design that place very badly for I suppose to be honest, there's not that many Scientologists in Ireland, so when they're not running their entrapment events, they don't need much car parking space. Because really, that's all they're doing. This entrapment really is what they're doing, offering that space to the children of the area for the Irish dancing and the gymnastics and all the other events. They're certainly not offering this place out of the goodness of the heart, that's for sure. Exactly, Cathy, all are welcome, apart from you, and you, most of us. Actually, all of us on this side, none of us are welcome in any Scientology building around the world. Hi Mark, how are you? We're outside the Dublin org of the Cult of Scientology, and it looks like they have an event on today, this afternoon, where they rent out free of charge to the local area their premises for the kids to do the Irish dancing and gymnastics, that type of thing. So it's all a very sneaky and devious way of getting names of addresses and for future recruitment into their church or their cult. Hey Brian, how are you? Thankfully it stopped raining, which is good because there is no rain forecast. And when I came out here it started to rain on me, which I was most put out about. So I'm not sure about the health and safety aspect of this. When they have cars parked all the way along here, all the way out to the exit. Like if there was an event of emergency and they had to do an emergency evacuation, how does that work? Okay, so long, I suppose you'd have to leg it over to the football pitch maybe in the event of a fire. Something actually to look into. See, are they breaking any laws? Hey T, how are you? We're just outside the Cult of Scientology in Dublin, and it looks like they have an Irish dancing event on here this afternoon. As you can see there, the car parks are pretty fucking full. Not that you can fit that much in them anyway. It's a badly designed space when you think about it. So they have cars all lined up all the way here, all the way out to pretty much out to the exit. Just going to temporarily plonk you guys on the ground while I take out my signs. Oh yes, the Vikings and the Steelers are in Dublin today. Kick-off was what, about 4 minutes ago in the RDS. Don't know, do you guys call, not the RDS, the out in Lansdowne and Croke Park. Trying to get little mate to sleep, he's been a rat bag. Ah, poor mate, poor little mate. But poor mum as well though. he at? He's wearing his surgical gloves. They're very health conscious with their germs and whatnot. Maybe he hasn't moved farther up the OT levels to be immune to all known viruses. Oh, he's on clean-up duty. Oh, he's picking up the rubbish. Good man. Good man. So that's his job for the afternoon then, is picking up the rubbish. No more toothache. Oh, fantastic tea. That is absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to plonk you guys on the ground for a second while I take out my signage. But I'm sure they enjoy a good flash. Let me see what you guys in here. Cool. Starting raining again. Nice one. Who doesn't enjoy a bit of rain? Some JoJo tunes is what we're missing. We're missing JoJo tunes. I won't use the wall just in case. I'll put it this way, be safer. Turn this thing on. Right now. Hi Kia, how are you? Oh, I never put on my gloves. See, can I put my gloves without? I'm just going to pop you guys down for one more minute while I put on my gloves. Almost forgetting something. Lovely jubbly, it started raining there again, but no bother. Rain doesn't bother me. Oh, there we go. You guys it. We got at me sign, so we have. Oh my goodness, what am I doing wrong? Few beeps there. Okay, move out. I have to move out a bit. So we have, first one there is called Scientology, learn why we protest at FSciento.space, helping to end their abuses. And then we have this guy, our touch assist is not scientific. For pain relief, consult medical professionals, stop their abuse. How's it going?
See you every week. I said, I'm not crossing the road, I'm going to be nosy.
I know you're grand. I normally face this way to keep an eye on, because always in the back of my mind, is anyone sneaking up on me?
Oh.
But then I'm also thinking, hang on, that might put off people stopping and talking to me as well.
Yeah. Well, you don't know what to be going on then, isn't it?
I don't agree with it at all, and I totally agree with it.
Well, see, and that is what I've listened to a lot of stories of people who grew up in Scientology all around the world.
Yeah.
And at different levels. They're public members, people who worked on staff, people who worked in the Sea Org, which is like they're in our Navy. And they all have, the stories are all different, but it's all similar stories of abuse. And that is why I'm out here. And then with these fuckers, pardon for my language, but these guys running all the events with our kids, with the ballet and the Irish dancing, that is false safe pointing them. That child will go up thinking, oh yeah, that's that place where I used to do me Irish dancing. Where's the harm in coming in and doing a free personality test or a free course? And that's how they slowly reel you in. Like anyone that joins Scientology, it's not that they're stupid. It's just that they're caught at a vulnerable time in their lives, and we all have the time.
Here at the start, just so happens the program came on up, and geez, it was horrific when they were coming out.
But as to like, we don't recognise them as a religion.
Yeah.
But yet they can call themselves a church, and they say they're community centre, but yet it's private ground.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
And because I'm here with my camera, I'm certainly not welcome. Yeah. And even there a few weeks ago, they called the guards on me and said I was harassing folks. And I said, how can I be harassing? I'm only standing here. I'm not even, I deliberately don't stand down that end, which I could, legally I could do. Yeah. But I don't want to be bothering them.
You should actually tell them you're waiting to take a photograph of Tom Cruise when he lands on the spaceship.
Oh yeah, if you ever bring a spaceship. Can I give you my card?
Yeah,
that's my YouTube channel there. And that's a website of the space. There's people like me, single individuals all around the world at their local Scientology protesting against them, just to help spread awareness. Because there's a lot of young people now, they know it's a cult, but they don't know why, and they just think, where's the harm in going in?
Well, I know a few
and then even there's people nowadays, you know the way we grew up, you went to mass every Sunday and whatnot. The young lads now, they don't have that, but they're looking for something, they're looking for some sort of spiritual life. That's what these guys will tell them, we'll give you that, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, thanks very much. Just talking to a nice couple there. They've said they see me here every week and they stopped to have a wee chat. What am I doing wrong with my hand? I know I blame the gimbal, but it's really me not using the darn thing properly. I'm fucking zoomed in, that's why. Flippin' heck, man. I zoomed in all this time, lad, sorry about that. No wonder I couldn't get, I was too close to my signage. Flip me. Anyways. Sorted anyway, so this is the one I showed to the roadside. Is Scientology is a cult. Elder abuse, child abuse and money scam. And the side that I'll show to the org is stop forcing, disconnections, child auditing is abuse, and no more kids in Scientology. And we have these ones. Cult Scientology, learn why we protest at FSciento.space, help them to end their abuses. And we have this one, or touch assist, is not scientific, for pain relief, consult medical professionals, stop their abuse. And this one would just listed some of the more commonly aliases that these fuckers use for Scientology, like your Dianetics, Narconon, Criminon, and then all them ridiculous ways to happiness, drug-free world, truth about drugs, and all that kind of jazz. Just to spread awareness of them, that they're all Scientology in disguise. And we have Roger there guiding my 2 water bottles, for me to keep well hydrated. And we have Jamie Muster's book, A Child X. So if you haven't already, I highly recommend checking out Jamie Muster's book. Widely available on Amazon in the normal traditional book format, and you can also get on Audible and listen to it in Jamie's own words. Thanks very much, Kathy. They're holding up well to the abuse, because if you remember, like, these ones have gone for a few jogs around here, and like, they're not that badly they're not that badly damaged, considering Some of these went for a mini jog there a few weeks back. Like that paper stuff it's pretty thick. That foam backing that I have on them, which was suggested to me by Haggis. It's pretty thick and it's up to quite a bit of battering, which is good. Hi MK, how are you? So we're outside here, outside the Dublin org of the Cult of Scientology. And in the background here we have Jojo Banana's fantastic music playing. And it's perfect timing to be out here today when they have an Irish dancing event on. Help to counteract some of the false messages the cult will be giving these kids. Thankfully it stopped raining there again, which is good. So it truly is a badly laid out base regarding their car parks. So they've the front car park there, which doesn't fit that many cars really when you think about it. And the back one there is even less so. Like pretty much, I appreciate the beep there of a car passing by. What you guys, thanks very much. So they don't really have that much car parking space really. And then they've done this thing of lining the cars up there all along the side, which I'm not sure if that's a health and safety thing. Can I give you my card? What do you reckon? See the way they have the cars all lined up along here?
Are you with them, yeah?
Oh, I'm not, no. Protesting against them. I never was. But I've listened to a lot of stories of people who grew up in Scientology all around the world.
Oh, yeah.
The stories are different, but very much the same. Similar types of abuse goes on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's from the bottom up, top down, every way you swing it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually wondering, is that legal the way the cars all along there?
For an ambulance,
Like, if there was a disaster, a fire, or an ambulance or anything, how are they going to get out?
Yeah. You know.
Anyway, that's my card there. That's my YouTube channel, is Irish_Mark.
Yeah. Oh, look at that, yeah.
And this is why I'm out here, is primarily because they do give this premise rent-free or very low price to the kids in the area.
Yeah.
I don't want the kids to grow up thinking, oh sure, that was a harmless place we used to do the Irish dancing. Where's the harm in going in for a free personality test, doing a free course? And that's how they slowly get on the hook. Because they always promise you this, that they'll help you to unlock your true potential. That any problems in life they'll be able to solve. It's just a question of doing a course, doing their auditing, which is another form of it's all about generating the dollars. Everything is dollars.
Oh, agreed.
So it's very sneaky and underhand the way they do everything. So that's why I'm here, just hoping to plant some seeds that the kids will see my signs, and then growing up they'll say, hang on there, before I do venture into this place, maybe I should do a few Googles first.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because I don't think, who's a fucking Egypt that said, that allowed this place to open? He said, oh no, don't worry about it, we'll just educate people it's a cult. And what cult awareness do they do in their schools? No. Exactly.
No, I'm from the area. No.
Which is absolute, even in this day and age, with what we know.
You used to call the 50 Centre.
Oh, it was a Filipino crowd.
50 Centre was, yeah.
Some sort of evangelist offshoot, which are themselves a bit iffy.
Cool. Yeah.
And I say iffy is, I don't know what their teachings are. But you know, though, at least with the Roman Catholic Church, everything filters up to Rome, to the Pope. So you have that visibility there of going up.
Yeah.
But with all these other ones, they all seem to be standalone, separate entities, and that's where, that to me just sounds a bit dubious, shall we say.
Good luck with your endeavours.
Oh yeah, indeed. Thanks for stopping to talk to me. Thanks very much. Just trying to put back on my glove there. Hi Matt, how are you? We're outside the Dublin org of the Cult of Scientology, and it looks like there is a children's Irish dancing event on today. So I'm delighted I'm here with my signs to help to counteract the false safe pointing these guys do. So our kids will get to see my signs, and that will plant some seeds of doubt that maybe this place isn't a benign, friendly place. And definitely do not in later life do any of their free courses or do the free personality test. I fully understand why places here are using the premises here. When the space is offered to you for very low rent or free of charge, you know, you'd be a fool to offer up and away. So I can fully understand that point of view. But at the same time, yeah, to their parents. As you can see, it's pretty full. Both car parks are pretty chock-a-block. I wonder how many cars you 2, 4, 6. A couple of hundred cars anyway. Hey Joe, how are you? And then we have this, which I don't like, is the cars parked along the side here. Like as you can see there, the driveway isn't that wide either. Like, imagine something happened in there, they needed an ambulance in an emergency. I'm not sure would an ambulance squeeze in there. Or even if it was an explosion happened and you needed an emergency evacuation. So I'm just not sure about this kind of thing at all. That's something for me to look into and see who would you report this kind of thing to. Are you just been out walking your doggies, Joe? Very good. Doggies come first and need to be walked. And just for anyone there joining us, the music we have playing in the background is music by Jojo Bananas. You know what? I might turn up the music a bit. The push button to turn it up, I think. Oh yeah, that's better, I think. That's better. Yeah, there's only one way in and out, and that is through the main entrance there. Now staff possibly have a way around the back somewhere, a back exit. But like the entire complex here is fenced off with these railings. They go all the way right around the property. Like the only way out of this overall space is that entrance exit there at the very end. So that's a long way to travel in the event of an emergency evacuation. Like there is no back exit or side exit out of this complex, which is very bad. I've never seen a place designed like that before, and I guess it's designed that way, well, one, to keep people out, like myself, I guess, and two, to keep their staff in. You know, it makes it very clear that there's no way to make your escape, to make a quick escape, if you know what I mean. So I'm guessing that is very much, actually there is no guessing, it's pretty clear that is their intention. I do love that you can see me there in the upper window there, you can see my high vis. Right T, yeah, I guess T says, well, I guess it's alright if there's an emergency, they just do a touch assist and everything will be fine. Yeah, I guess so, or Tom Cruise flies in his helicopter and saves the day. I guess, isn't he? Tom Cruise is probably on speed dial. Sort of like them old Batman films. So I do think it's certainly something for me to look into to see about this. How legal is that parking along the side? I would have thought that with this being, hey Amy, how are you? I would have thought that this premises being the size it is, and I'm having all these events here, particularly with the kids, that you would need this part way here, because that is the only roadway in and out, that would need to be left clear. Especially for to get to the front here. Because if you're pulling up in an ambulance, that is at least a spot you'd need to stop in for easy access in, and then if you had the cart out with patients. Like, you couldn't be way over there and have them fucking walk across, like. Then I guess, hey Miriam, how are you? Ah, the sun is out now, fantastic. Yeah, it was raining there earlier on me, but the sun has slipped through. So Mother Nature has been kind to me. But there was no rain forecast. So maybe Mother Nature isn't always so kind. So it looks like there's some sort of an Irish dancing event on here today. We have a lot of kids going in with their fancy outfits. And they have both car parks as full. There are cars parked all the way up along there in the driveway, I guess you call that the driveway. Which I don't think that is, from a health and safety point of view, I can't see how that is a good idea. If there was, say, an emergency evacuation, or even if there was a medical emergency and you needed an ambulance or two to come flying in. Even if because if it was on fire, then you'd need the fire engines would need quick access. So them cars are in the flipping way. Certainly something I'm going to look into. Because I can't see how this is legal. It can't possibly be legal. Even if it is a private premises. They have an event on here where they've offered their space to the children for the Irish dancing. So they have a duty of care. And even this will be in violation of their insurance. I would imagine, because insurance would not be covering cars blocking the fucking exit like that. Amy says, did everyone see all this latest post about meeting the Los Angeles District Attorney? I don't think I have, Amy. I'll have to check that out. Thanks for letting us know. Oh, that sun sure does feel good out here now. A nice bit of sun peeking out. I think guys could have created plenty of car parking for themselves if they hadn't have bothered with the fake football pitch that they have there up around the side. Because there's no need for their fake football pitch. There's a lot of GAA pitches in the area. But I guess that's one of the sneaky hooks they're trying to entice our kids in, is by offering them the free playing field to come in and play your games and whatnot. So if you wouldn't mind, folks, if you wouldn't mind tapping the like, subscribe, and maybe share with your friends. Tell them all about Irish Mart out here, spending our free time standing outside the cult of Scientology in Dublin, flashing a few signs at our lovely Scientologists, and warning, just creating awareness among the here that maybe the Church of Scientology are not all they seem. They offer their space for free or very little charge, but just maybe they have ulterior more sinister motives. Hi Sky, how are you? So we have this sign, we have our cult Scientology, learn why we protest at FSciento space, helping to end the abuse. So there's many people like me all around the world doing similar things, hoping to spread awareness and end the abuse of Scientology, and hopefully one day there'll be no more kids in Scientology. And we have this sign here. We have touch assist is not scientific. For pain relief, consult medical professionals. Stop their abuse. And we have Roger over there is guarding my 2 bottles of water. And on this one we have the front groups and aliases that Scientology operates on, which probably the 3 main ones that people will be aware of is Dianetics, Narconon, which is their fake drug rehabilitation program, which means you spend all day every day for God knows how long in a sauna fucking with ridiculous amounts of niacin, harmful levels. And then we have Criminon, which is their prison outreach program, which I think is basically flogging them their way to have happiness. And then we have other variants of the drug-free world, about drugs, volunteer ministers, United for Human Rights, Youth for Human Rights, Citizens Commission for Human Rights, and Fight for Kids. And all of them front groups, they basically boils down to the same about a drugs-free world. I'm trying to say each and every drug is fucking bad, which I think is dangerous and harmful in today's world. Because drugs are important, they're life-saving in a lot of instances. And then even on the mental health aspect, there's a lot of drugs that help improve people's quality of life when they have mental health issues. So it's very fucking dangerous is what these guys are saying about drugs. And how they're allowed in today's world to say whatever the heck they like when the experts know better. I just don't understand that. How are you allowed to spread misinformation? Then I guess, from the point of view of spreading misinformation, so you have Donald Trump is spreading misinformation on it any time he opens his mouth. Well, we won't go into politics here. A cool sky fire, you seen the Florida protest. It was great seeing the amount of people that they assembled. I can't remember what the count was it 40 or 50 they had down there all in all, which is good. It's good to see, it helps to spread awareness. Oh, look at that, the cloud. Even Mother Nature knows this place is rather sinister. Look at the grey clouds over the building there, lads. Mother Nature knows her crack and what's going on, huh? And then the one I hold in my hand is, probably too close, am I? Let me see. I need longer arms, lads. So it says Scientology is a cult, elder abuse, child abuse and money scam. And then on the one I showed the org themselves then is stop forcing disconnections, child auditing is abuse and no more kids on Scientology. And that is our goal. We want to see no more kids in Scientology. We don't want to see... Oh, Jennifer says PTS for Life has a good live last night to do with Scientology beliefs on mental health. Oh, fantastic, Jennifer. I'll have to check that one out. Jeez, I've so many. I've a list a mile long of lives to catch up on. I missed a lot when I was away. I was away there for a week over in the UK visiting my mum. I just have a lot to catch up on. I could nearly do with another week's holidays just to... Why is she taking a picture of me? Let's just zoom in on her because she is more than likely a Scientologist. I wonder is that their public relations chappy? Fuck me, she's old enough anyway. Like, I mean, if she'd asked, I'd be more than happy to give her an autograph photo. How's it going? Oh yeah, work away, yeah. Yeah, so the reason I come out here is, over the last couple of years, I've listened to a lot of stories of people who grew up in Scientology and are now speaking out. And even though their stories are different,
Yeah.
the abuse that they suffered is very much the same.
Yeah.
And there is nobody who walks away from Scientology unscathed.
Yeah.
Even if you are a public member just doing the courses, it's just chock-a-block full of abuse. But it's done very kind of sneakily, you don't realise. You don't realise the level of brainwashing you're under.
Yeah. Look,
and it is dangerous and it is harmful. And in particular, because they offer this space to the kids of the area.
Yeah.
This is where I'm worried about that their kids will grow up thinking, oh sure, that place is harmless. Sure, didn't I do my Irish dancing there? Where's the harm in coming in for a free course? So that's why I'm here, try and counteract the fake, you know, that they'll be spreading in there.
I always thought they were suspicious personally. I've seen plenty of stuff before they even moved here to Ireland and set up their European headquarters. I remember when that was like kind of like Christian, like they got.
Oh, it was an evangelist from an offshoot from the Philippines.
That's right.
Which in itself is a cult, but I don't know how culty they. Well, it's not so much that they're a cult to what they believe in. It's more it's their abuses.
Well, like I'm more of like a Catholic. I have me Irish traditional Catholic roots still. Just tradition, heritage, growing up.
Yeah, but
and I was always like, why would I put a picture of Hubert on my wall over Jesus Christ? And I'd see any other thing like that'd be just devil worship in my eyes. Why do you worship false idols essentially? You know, that kind
Well, I'm an Irish Catholic as well, but the way we were taught is that there wasn't necessarily a difference between, say, our God and, say, the Jewish God or the Hebrew God. We just had, we all have a different way of seeing God. Some people would see God as being many, that you'd have the God of war, God of peace, whereas we see, you know, it didn't, we just have a different way, but it didn't mean it was any different, you know. So that's the way we were taught, and I don't have a quibble. You can believe in what you want. You can howl at the moon if it takes your fancy, as long as you don't keep your neighbours up at night, kind of thing.
I'm fairly liberal enough, but I'm not so liberal that I'd like have a satanic church sacrificing children down the road.
Oh no! Oh, exactly. And that is where, and that is where it's the distinction between. It's not so much what you believe in; it's the abuses, because that is, you know.
Well, I've always stayed well away from them. I've seen enough people on the internet and from the States being followed around by people in black USVs because their wife's still involved, but they got out and they were talking, and I've always just stayed. But I remember when it was first open, there was a minor protest here about it, and people were like, oh, freedom to express religion. It's like, prove to me that
it's freedom to express religion, but it's so much more than that. It's the abuses that goes on and the level of brainwashing. They'll always dangle the carrot. They'll always dangle the carrot that they'll help you to unlock your true potential, but it'll cost you hundreds of thousands of pounds, but you never get there. And then they'll say, because you'll do the courses and you haven't unlocked your true potential, you're still struggling in life. They'll say, oh, that's because we've all lived a billion lifetimes before, so that is things that happened to you, karma from a previous life. Come in, pay hundreds of thousands of dollars, do some odd thing, that'll sort you out. But you never quite get there. So it's all about, it's a money scam, it's all about money.
I thought that first for myself as well, it's like they just want the money off you, you know what I mean?
Well, I used to think before a couple of years ago, they're just an harmless cult. They're conning the wealthy lads like Tom Cruise out of the money. But there's so much more, it's the level of abuse, and it's not that they're charging these courses, that there's no real fucking benefit to doing them. They're requiring, once they get you, oh, Jesus Christ, lad. It's like alphabet spaghetti. It's a very hard read. I've tried reading bits of it, trying to understand. Now I can see back in the 1950s when it came out, when there's a thing about mental health. Why people might. He was a sort of a failed fiction writer in that he was writing per word. He was getting paid per word, because he was a mediocre fiction writer. He wasn't a bit renowned or well respected among his peers. So then he thought, all right, he wrote Dianetics and tried to make it sound like, oh, mental health is bad, you don't need all that. What was it he was saying? Something about when he went for a tooth procedure. You know, one of these knockout jokes when he came through. He's trying to say that he remembered all his past lives. We've all lived billions of years before, but we've forgotten them. Because when we die, we go to an implant station that wipes them all, and then we find another body to inhabit. It's all for, you know. But these guys, you don't find out about it until the operating Satan level 3. But at that stage, you've gone through the regular stage of Scientology, and to get to the OT levels, you're already hundreds of thousands of pounds out of pocket. But am I rambling here?
Look, it's like the old saying,
What point was I making?
Sorry.
Yeah. Kind of lost track myself. Why was I mentioning that? Oh yeah, I used to think that it was just a money scam for the wealthy lads. But to get people in, and then they'll always promise, oh, you just need to do this next course. You'll unlock your true potential. Your earning power will go 10, 20, 100-fold. So this is only a small investment in your future. Why wouldn't you take a credit card debt? Or lie on your mortgage application form? Oh, don't tell your wife. Forge your signatures, be all right. Oh, your wife is still blocking you, won't let you. Oh, you need to lose your wife. You need a new wife. All this kind of scams they'll come up with. And they get away with it because you know yourself. If you've been the victim of anything, well, one, it's very hard to realise that you are the victim when it's so ingrained in you that you think that there's a perception that this is normal, and then you think the whole thing of victim brain. You think, like, oh, this is my fault anyway. I deserve this. It's me doing something.
And then you're on the out. You know, you're not necessarily on the outside, but the group is turning on you. You can feel pretty much like there's something wrong with me. Everyone is telling me this is.
Well, and you can't. They don't. They're discouraged from talking freely. Like we're talking freely now. They can't talk freely to themselves about their beliefs because they have this niche. They have this niche culture where they're telling each other, and that will get you then into hot water. We end up having to do lower conditions. Like Leah Remini before she left. She was out doing fucking mad stuff like cleaning toilets with the toothbrush and things like that.
Who was doing that?
You know Leah Remini, who did the actress on Gamer Cards. Yeah, she's an actress that spoke out. She did the TV series called The Aftermath.
I'm very bad with like kind of the actor.
She would have been pally with Tom Cruise. She was at Tom Cruise's wedding. But because the leader, David Miscavige, his wife wasn't there, she started asking questions. So that got her into shit. Because you're not allowed to question, particularly not the leader.
I'm a free thinker, I always have been, and if people start telling me that there's good think or wrong think and you can't say this.
But even you see there the picture there of L. Ron Hubbard.
Oh, yeah, that's
Anything that involves that you have to believe and only listen to the word that came from that one man.
It'd be just like, you know, to me, it's like, let's give fucking Uncle John
that he knows. He's
him instead of a picture of Jesus.
He's the only source of the truth.
Yeah.
But yet, and as you say, a lot of people have a picture of Jesus in their homes. But you're not brought up to believe that you need to believe the word of Jesus, and that's the only word that you listen to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not exclusive to everything else. Yeah. But this is what these guys are trained to believe in.
So, to me, this might be an interesting thing. All the stuff happening in the world today, and all the causes that you could be protesting against. What has you involved against the Scientologists? Is there a personal reason? Is there...
No, because over the last couple of years I've listened to a lot of ex-Scientologists speaking out on YouTube.
Yeah.
And in particular children who grew up in the cult. Yeah. And all around the world as public members, normal members of their staff, and then what they call Sea Org, which is kind of like the military arm. Yeah. They have vastly a different type of stories, but the abuse that they've all went through is the same. And then it's like, it takes years. There's one of the cult experts said that it takes 12 years for someone to undo the brainwashing that happens inside there. And that is ridiculous. Normally it'd be a couple of weeks you could deprogram someone. And it's the way they program you that you kind of trapped. It's like you're a prisoner in your mind. You enforce the brainwashing yourself, but you don't realise that's what you're doing. So that's what has me, because it really touched me like nothing else. And as you say, of everything going on in the world, it's just their stories really impacted me, and the way they grew up. And you can see even now, 20, 30 years later as adults, you can see the pain in their eyes of the childhood. And then even with, you see on this one I have stop forcing disconnections. If you decide Scientology is no longer for me, everyone you know who remains in the church is forced to disconnect from you.
Yeah.
And they can never have
that's
any.
how they isolate you from your true loved ones and the people that
And
actually do
yeah,
care
because
for
they
you,
know,
want to
because
support you.
they know it's so hard to get someone in. When they do, they try everything to keep them in.
Yeah.
And if someone inside remains in contact with someone that's left, the person on the outside is going to be slowly, is slowly going to be able to convince them that these guys are not so good and why they left.
I always say that it looks busy enough, but you never really see them, if that makes sense. But then again, they're probably just walking around like you and I. I don't know.
They don't have that many.
Yeah.
Like
I know it was dodgy enough because the Rockefellers bought that property.
Yeah.
And they got it off the Rockefellers at a discount price. Now these are like
Well, it's because
multinational bankers. They don't give you stuff at a discount for free. You know,
but then who would?
they
But like,
work
what practical use is there for this space out here? There is none.
It's just to have a presence. It's kind of like the way the Muslims
Do you know why?
would
Do you
go
know
and
why
build
I
a
think
huge mosque
these
where
guys?
there's no
Do you know why I think these guys opened?
No.
If you remember, back a number of years ago, 10 plus years ago, it came out that Tom Cruise's Irish heritage.
Yeah.
And I think because Tom Cruise is best friends with Davy Miscavige, who's the leader of this place.
Yeah.
I think that's why he opened York here as a homage to Tom.
Yeah.
And to kind of show, because I think Tommy Cruise, I do think Tommy Cruise is a hardcore believer. He swallowed a hook, line and sinker. Yeah. And he thinks that they're teaching securities, dyslexia and everything else. So that's why I think they've opened the place here.
I know.
Plus it was easier, it's easy for them to open it here on account of the church that was here before. Yeah. This was already zoned for religious use.
It was a fine building.
And even though we recognise them as a cult, we know they're not a religion.
I like that.
So then how do we allow them to open up knowing they're not a religion? Yeah. And this is zoned for religious use. Now I know you could probably say, maybe legally say, oh yeah, but we offer religious services or some sort. There may be some sort of a loophole there, but it does mean we need changes to our laws. Because if you look around, there's a lot of suspicious looking cults around today. Because I've gotten some in the summer to my door of these new churches, shall we say, setting up. And they have these funny names, Nigerian type of sounding names. Yeah. But they're not very clear on, what branch of Christianity is it exactly you're selling? Yeah. And why are you opening up in the second floor of a business industrial park? Yeah. If you are a genuine religion, why wouldn't you be saying, oh yeah, we're affiliated with the parish of whatever or something, do you know what I mean? So there's tens of thousands of cults in America today, and that's just today. Oh, yeah. And then whatever else is around the world. Now I know you could say that Trump is a cult. You know, there's a lot of things you could say.
See, people the last 10, 15 years have become very group-minded. See, we entered into the age of Aquarius, and the age of Aquarius, if you believe all this, it's not one anymore. You're being connected to groups, and you'll see identity politics just running rampant all of a sudden. It's, I see a spiritual connection with all that. People trying to be involved in groups, and then you have hardline left-wingers who just throw you into a group, rather, if you believe in whatever group or not. Doesn't matter, they just lump you into a group now. You have an opinion, that's far right, you're far right, passes.
You're far right or you're far left, you there, no.
You just label.
And that's it, because I watch a lot of channels on YouTube, and that's where I'm struggling to find one that accurately portrays what I think the vast majority of us is, because I think the vast majority of would be somewhere in the middle. You agree with some things on the far of the right, but you also agree with things on the left. But like these guys they're polar opposites.
Exactly. It's all reaching a boiling pot, and it's the battle for culture. It's always been a battle for culture. It's just the culture changes over time.
And maybe that's the ebb and flow, the way the world goes.
It is.
But it does mean in a nutshell, our governments do not have our back. We need to look out for each other. Because this place, Scientology, well, their ethics was written in 1950. Yeah. But I think it was he lost the rights to Dianetics. And that's why he had to open up the Church of Scientology, which is based on what's in Dianetics.
A lot of it wasn't even his ideas, to be fair. He just
he ripped off. He ripped off a lot of things from fraud and everything else, everything he read. And then because he was consuming copious amounts of illegal substances, plus he's a bit he's mentally unstable himself.
Yeah.
He did a fucked up, twisted version of it all. Because he could have. There's some bits of Dianetics you're reading and you said, geez, I could see how this could be useful. You read the next paragraph and you say, twisted fucker.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'll just be careful because I don't want you being followed around by black SUVs and all after this, because like they're dangerous fuckers.
Oh no, I'm aware of that, and they do follow people all around the world.
I'm surprised they haven't come out here and told you to move.
Do you know what they did? Do you know what they did there? It was 3 weeks ago. You see, I just stand here.
Yeah.
Nowhere near nobody interfering with nothing.
It's a public walkway.
And I could be down at that entrance exit there, which I deliberately don't, because I'd say I feel for them, because most of them, they're trapped inside their own prisoner beliefs. And I do, you know, yeah, but I do kind of feel for them. So that is why I stand here. I don't need to be standing down there. I could just as well be. But they called the guards on me and said I was harassing them. I said to them, how can I be harassing them? I'm only here. I'm nowhere near.
What did the guards say about it? Did they leave you be, or were they very...
Yeah, well, they did have a bit of a chat, but they weren't. It was more of a friendly chat. There was more of the way.
You didn't feel intimidated?
I never at one point did I feel intimidated, or did I feel like I was a suspect.
Yeah.
And they didn't take. They did ask my name, and I was on the verge of giving it to them, but there was a chap here at his own YouTube channel. He happened to be passing by at just the right moment, and he says, "Oh, hang on there. She doesn't need to give her name. She's not a suspect." And in fact, them accusing her of harassment, using you guys. In turn, you guys are inadvertently harassing her, and they very quickly left after that. Because that would have been a foolish thing for me to do, to give him my name, because that would have went down on the report. Them guys being the one making the report would have had full access to that.
Yeah.
And that is more than likely what their plan was. But plus, I think they're under pressure from up high, because the week before that, they had higher ups on the OT levels from overseas, where they do this once a year. They call it a flag tour. They have people from overseas selling their OT levels to their public members, because here all they can do is just the normal levels, and then to do what they call the OT, which is part of their bridge to total freedom, or as we call it, is total bankruptcy, because it will make you bankrupt to go up them levels. So I think they were embarrassed the previous week, because I was out here, and I think someone had the word, "Oh, you need to sort out that suppressive, nasty person." So, because I was only here about 10 minutes, I was only just set up when the guards came along. So there was no time for even for me to harass someone if I was a mind to.
Look, I'll be
and plus, you can probably tell from talking to me, I'm not very likely to be harassing anyone. It's not in my nature.
If you're ever looking for eyewitness accounts, you can. I'm James, by the way.
Yeah, hi James.
Give me name and number if you want, and say no.
Did I give you my card?
No, you didn't. Are you on TikTok or something?
I'm on YouTube, and I'm mainly on YouTube to prove I am standing here. Because you know the way with GPS will show I'm loosely in this area, so I want to prove I'm on this side of the wall, nowhere near there.
Make sure you have a backup account with it all there, because if something ever happens, an incident, you'd want the video footage of it.
Oh, exactly, and to prove. So that's my YouTube channel there.
Yeah, check it out anyway. I'm always just keeping an eye on affairs. Yeah. I'm a curious individual.
Well, I think we need to be. I think we're in the age where eyes wide open. It's where we're painfully aware.
So I'm a trained kind of professional observer of people.
And I think the governments of the world do not have our backs. Because they knew in the 1960s, the Australians did a report, and the UK also did a report, and they deemed this place to be harmful, and had served no useful purpose to humanity, and their teachings were harmful to your mental health. So they knew back then, and even for a while they had been banned in parts of Australia. And somehow we allowed them to flourish and operate it's just beggars. It just blows my mind when I think about it. And that's where also it's where there most definitely is a need for people like me, that when we feel inclined to use our voice. and this is how I use my voice.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly a vocalist, shall we say, but
Yeah.
there's many ways to spread awareness.
There sure is. I like your tripod, I seen the stabilising the
Yeah, and I got it because I'm at an age now where my hands are no longer steady. And when I first came out, when I was looking back, I thought, holy fuck, that's as shaky as fuck. And then because there's people watching online, and that's another way to try and reach people as well.
Yeah.
You know, spread awareness. Because the practices of these guys, it's the same everywhere. It's the same type of abuse that's going on behind the closed doors.
Yeah, just hard pop over.
Yeah.
Just be friendly and have a chat.
Oh yeah, thanks very much. Yeah. What do you notice more when you see me? Do you notice is the high-vis jacket, the signage here, or the sign that I'm holding up?
I couldn't see your sign because
Yeah.
you weren't holding it up at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
time, but I was just told sign, and then I was
Yeah.
like, I want to have an hour.
And it's sort of the high-vis fluorescent kind of colour catches the eye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't road sign colours.
Yeah, because I experimented with a few different things, and to me I thought, hang on, you mightn't see the writing on it, but that'll catch your eye, and you'll see, oh, Scientology, I wonder what that's about. It's all about planting seeds that maybe people to look up. Because these guys will have, they'll have people out selling Dynetics, and this is where this one, like the Dynetics is the book they have. But if you look at Dynetics, you have to really look down at the small print at the back of it, that you'll see Dynetics is Scientology.
Yeah.
And it's the same with the Narcanon, which thankfully that building in Meath hasn't opened, and I hope it never does, because it's dangerous. They have, I'm not sure that it used to, they sort of did the sneaky, where they sort of gave the impression it was going to be a nursing home.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it was before that. And then it went through objections and everything through the High Court and everything. But they won their last appeal last year that they are officially able to open it. And they do have it fully renovated. But I don't think the locals won't stand for it. Because basically what Narcanon is you're in a sauna 5-6 hours a day. You have very limited access to water. You're taking thousands, something like 10,000 to the recommended limit of niacin and other vitamins and minerals. And taking that amount of niacin, your skin turns a reddy orange colour. Because obviously it's toxic, so you do untold damage to yourself. And then they say, oh, don't worry about that orangey glow on your skin. That's all the radiation from all your previous billion eyes leaving your body. Because even though you didn't do drugs in this life, you maybe did drugs in your previous billion lives. You know, using the billion previous lives is a fucking fun. I hate to say it, but in a way it's kind of a fantastic way of saying, if something happened to you, you got assaulted. You were a Scientologist, you got badly beaten up by another Scientologist. Rather than the Scientologist who bet you up, he wouldn't get into trouble. He just go do a bit of naughty boy, don't do it again. But you get punished because they'll say to you, it's your own fault. You must have done something in one of your many previous lives to deserve it. So it's all about victim blaming. And that where further enforces this idea, I can't speak out, it's my own fault, stupid me kind of thing. It's only that I'm not smart enough to understand. So they're very good at reinforcing. It's sort of like if you think of an abusive relationship, it's that kind of mentality. And that breaks my heart, just seeing the children in there. Because they're going to grow up, and that's why I'm here as well. Because I don't want them growing up thinking, oh, that's a harmless place I did my Irish dancing in. Oh, they have a free course, a free personality test. Oh, geez, I'll give that a go. Do you know what I mean?
They're looking for an excuse to stop you from filming now. That's why they're sending kids out. They're going, you're filming kids. That'll be their next one now.
Yeah, but they haven't. I'm allowed to film in public.
Could you imagine that?
And because I've been here, I haven't been suddenly selling up. I'm not stalking or following these children. They've sent the children out here, so that's on them. Legally, I haven't broken any laws.
But could you imagine that if it was me holding the camera in today's world? You know what I mean? Oh, there's a fella outside filming children. I'd be put on a bleeding list, and I'd have vigilantes at me go. For sure. Anyway, I'm going to move on now. Just because of that.
Oh yeah, thanks for stopping to talk to me.
I hope you get a bit more support, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it would be nice to spread awareness, but I'm not really doing it for support. I'm doing it because I do see a need, that we do need to spread awareness. and the cult education is very sadly lacking in our school systems. It's disappointing in this day and age. I'd even be in favour of maybe teach your kids to recognise what abusive relationship is like, because unfortunately you don't know, because you go through, same what these guys do, same in abusive relationship, they're not abusive to start with, they do all sorts of love bombing. So once you do find out you're normally in too deep, that you can't see the wood for the trees, and then you blame yourself, you're there, oh geez, I earned that beating because I slammed the door too loudly, or some sort of thing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're stuck in that mindset, that even it takes years after a way that you kind of realise, holy shit, that wasn't my fault, you know what I mean? It just takes so many years, and then it's all the mind fuckery that you need to go through, and then some people don't fucking make it the distance because they unalive themselves, they just can't. It mentally breaks their mind, and they just can't.
I've always been curious enough, but always not so much open-minded and not so much skeptical. It's more like a balanced approach.
Well, it's more.
I always got the impression there was something sus, and I didn't trust it. And that's me gut instinct.
And do you know why people don't know how abusive these guys are? They're good at the positive PR and squashing. They'll pay people off and they'll squash. They'll say newspaper articles that do any negative. But if you're of a mind and you're looking for a book, this one is a good one. It's just recently come out. It's A Child X by Jamie Mustard.
One second now. Because I have a bad memory for trying to remember people's names.
So I highly recommend that.
I remember the name Child X, but I always take pictures. I have pictures of a few some interesting.
Because he's someone who grew up in Scientology.
Oh, switch it around and we'll just take a picture of that. That's it.
And his story is very similar to anyone who grows up in Scientology.
Yeah.
He's also a fantastic writer, and it's extremely well written.
Yeah,
so I highly recommend.
Try to get it now, look, but I know, like even 20 years ago, before they weren't a thing over here in Ireland. It was an American thing, and you'd be
well, they failed when they had a Dianetic Centre there on Abbey Street years ago. That failed. That went bankrupt because obviously we rejected it.
Yeah.
But now we're in a changing landscape now. We have a lot of immigrants over. We have a lot of young lads growing up. They don't have a strong belief in religion, and they're looking for something because you need some. I think you need some sort of a spiritual outlet. So they're missing something in their life. These guys, you say Scientology, oh, that's science. Yeah. That's science and technology and spiritualism combined. Perfect. I'd have look. You know.
People that are lost, and the world is even more divisive and they're just looking to be a part of something. And the older I get, the more I realise all people, then they want fame, money, all this. They still lack in a genuine human connection with another human being. Everyone is just looking for
which is what we want.
Yeah.
Can I give you my card?
Yeah, you gave it to me.
I don't know this chap here yet.
Anyway, I'm gonna hit the road.
Giving out about them, is it?
Yeah, I'm protesting against Scientology and just trying to raise awareness, because there is a lot of mind control that goes on that you don't realise it. That's my YouTube channel there.
Yeah, no, it's about time. I'm right too, because it's an absolute disgrace what's going on, you know.
Because the way they
money grabbers.
They are, but they offer through they'll get you in initially. It's like, come in and do a free personality test. They'll do the free personality test and they'll say this and this and this is wrong with you. To unlock your true potential, do these courses. The courses will start off cheap enough that maybe it might only be 50 quid, 120 quid. But then the courses very quickly go up, where you find you're paying 50 grand, 100 grand to do a course. But you never quite unlock your true potential. And these guys will say, but sure, that's it. You're looking at all wrong. That money, that 100 grand, that's a small investment on your future. Once you unlock your true potential, your earning power will go up 100-fold. Yeah. So it's really, they're very devious and on the hand the way they do it.
They're cute, yeah.
And then even they rent this space free or charge or very little money to the local community to get the kids in. And this is why I'm here. I don't want them kids growing up thinking, where's the harm coming in and doing a free personality test? Yeah. So I'm just trying to offset that, just to plant the seeds of doubt. Hang on there, I remember there used to be a lady here protesting. Maybe this place isn't all they seem. Because in the initial stages, they'll love bomb the fuck out of you. And you know yourself, we're all susceptible to a friendly smile. And you'll come in and you'll do their courses. But you don't realise that the way that the course is designed, there's an element of brainwashing there. And not only are they brainwashing you with your teachings, you're brainwashing yourself and you're leaving yourself, you end up being trapped.
What's happened with this?
I'm just out trying to spread awareness of Scientology. Because one thing that is severely lacking today is there's no cult awareness done in our schools.
Yeah, true.
And then with a lot of immigrants living here, and then with people growing up, that they're not the way I grew up, that you went to mass every Sunday. They're missing something from their lives. They think, these guys are offering spiritualism. And then, so I'm interested in science as well. Maybe they'll come in, check out a free course, do a personality test. And that's the way they sort of get you on the hook. Because no one that does the free personality test will say, Jesus lad, you're perfect, nothing wrong with you. They'll always say, this wrong with you. Oh, we have a course of that. The course will only cost you 100 quid. And then it progressively goes up. Before you know it, you're paying 100,000 for a course. And then because they'll say that once you achieve your true potential, so you're earning power, you'll be earning 100 times what you're earning now. So this is like a small investment in your future. And then they can even say, when they say all these things wrong, they say, oh yeah, we see your case is more complicated because these guys believe we've all lived a billion lifetimes before. Right. So then they'll say, oh, you suffered this fierce trauma in one of your previous lives. Come in, do some auditing courses. Oh yeah, that could be another 10 grand. Yeah. So they've all sorts, every which way you swing it, you'll never. Yeah. And even like Tom Cruise has gone all the way up to OTE, where at this stage, he should have superior fucking vision. And yet, and yet, how many films after and he's still failing to save all of mankind through his Mission Impossible films?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
But you keep up your good work.
Oh yeah.
Channel.
And it's because of I used to think these guys were just a benign cult, that they're only conning the wealthy people out of money, like Tom Cruise. But over the last couple of years, I've listened to a lot of stories of ex-members, people who grew up as children in this cult, and the levels of abuse, and it's not just physical or sexual, it's the mental abuse they went through. And even some of them 20, 30 years later, they're still dealing with it. With the trauma of it all. And that's why I don't want to see anyone else go through a fraction of the abuse they went through. And that's what inspired.
It's hard to get out as well then, isn't it? Like,
well, that's where, because you're forced to, everyone who's left in your family members are forced to disconnect. Once you leave and say, I'm having nothing more to do with Scientology, your family members and friends who still remain in can never talk to you again. It's just a hard, surgical.
You're just cut off.
Exactly, and that is why you can't just, when you know this is a load of bullshit and they're abusive motherfuckers, pardon my French. You can't just walk out. Then you're, like most people that are still Scientologists now are probably under the radar because they're still trying to work out, how can I leave and bring my family with me? Do you know what I mean? So you end up being part of it for years longer. And then you're still going under all the mind fuckery, do you know what I mean?
You keep up the good
work. Thanks very much. Just going to have a wee sip after there. Just getting a wee bit dry. I feel like I was talking for hours there. Knew we had someone came in. Oh yeah, hi Kia, how are you? Exactly, Amy. No high-level Scientologists should be wearing glasses. Exactly. Unless maybe they're the 3D type of glasses. Hi, Ophelia. I can't remember. Did I say hello to you there? Apologies if I've missed anyone there. I was slightly distracted talking to the lovely people of Dublin. Oh, we're Style there. Hi, Style. How are you? Did I say hello hi to? Not sure I did. Hi Haggis, how are you? We're outside the where are we? I'm nearly forgetting where I am. Jesus. We're outside the Dublin org of the Cult of Scientology. I'm just going to take off my gloves because it's gotten it's warm enough, lovely here, lads. Lovely bit of sunshine. And yet it was raining when I first got out here. I'm a bit exhausted. What was I saying? Yeah, they have some sort of an Irish dancing event on here today. You can see there, just temporarily zoom, and you can see there 2 girls there in their lovely uniforms. And I'm just going to zoom out there because I'm just going to give them some privacy, because I just think that's the right thing to do. There's no need to be deliberately capturing kiddies. Exactly, T. And I hope that this will help plant some seeds. Seeing me here in my high vis and with me signage, that these guys growing up will think, hang on there, this isn't that benign, innocent place I used to do me Irish dancing in. Maybe there's something more sinister going on. It is a nice looking lady like yourself out here, feeling the need to protest, when on a sunny day like today I could be at the beach. Maybe there's a little bit more to this place. Do you know what I mean? Oh, exactly, Mary, yeah. I know, for now I'm just taking off the gloves. The only things I'll be flashing around here, lads, is my signage. So we have this one we show to the roadside, which is Scientology is a cult, elder abuse, child abuse, money scam. They are all 100% true and factual statements, despite what these guys would try and kind of believe in. And then the side I showed Jorg is stop forcing disconnections, child auditing is abuse, and no more kids in Scientology, which is also true. We want to see no more kids in Scientology, and these guys they really do need to stop their disconnections. That is needless heartbreak they're causing to so many people. And most definitely, child auditing is most definitely abuse. Abuse is written into the bloody thing. And how the many experts we have in the world today can't dissect Dianetics and say this and list out billions of reasons why Dianetics is wrong and why auditing is dangerous, and why on that basis why can't it be banned? I'm not one for censorship, but at the same time, when you know something causes harm to everybody who comes into contact with it, why would you allow it? Do you know what I mean? Exactly, Skyfire. No more kids on Scientology. Exactly. I hope so too, Joe. Hope so. I am planting some seeds of doubt. I'm certainly being out here, my high vis and my science. I'm definitely offsetting some of the BS that these guys will be spreading in there. I guess is Nora reading out the names was top tier at the Father's Day protest. It certainly was, I guess, exactly. And it's because of the kids that we're here. Why most of us are, probably all of us are part of this movement. It's because of the kids that grew up in Scientology and the unthinkable abuses that they've suffered. And we only know a small fraction of what they went through, lads. Think of that, we only know a small fraction. Do you know what I mean? So that is my goal anyway. If me standing here, that can help prevent future kids growing up in Scientology. And even the kids out today wandering in innocently as adults. Young adults, when they're still a teenager or early 20s, your mental mind isn't fully developed and you are susceptible to a friendly face and a warm smile. Oh, this is the angry teenager one. Yeah, this tune by Jojo Bananas is what I call the angry teenager one. That's my nickname for it. So if you wouldn't mind one of my mods dropping in the link to Jojo's channel there. So for anyone who wants to check out some wonderful music, check out Jojo Bananas' channel for some absolutely awesome kick-ass tunes. Oh, and incidentally, Jojo Bananas also has released some albums on Spotify and Apple iTunes. Is it called iTunes? It's called Apple iTunes, isn't it? So she has 2 fantastic albums released, and her first album she has released as a club version, and then there is a new album she released there on Friday, which is absolutely kicking. Do you know what? I might wait till this song is over, and then I think I'll play JoJo's second album because it's absolutely fantastic. Let me see, can I find it? What albums? Bear with me while I try to get me sausage fingers to work. Oh, there we go. So the album we are playing now, this one is JoJo's second album that's released there on Friday on Spotify and Apple Music. And this song in particular is absolutely fantastic. It really does tug at the heartstrings. It's absolutely spot on. I don't have a favourite. My other favourite, probably this one, would have high contention for being one of my favourite songs. It catches me every time, lads, and I probably listened to this song probably 100 times now, and it gets me in the heart every time. It truly is a heartfelt tune. Oh, good. The lady there is looking at me sign, which is good. Look at this, lads. Car parks is absolutely chock-a-block full. You've cars all the way, lined all the way down there. Lined all the way, right down at the very end, there are cars lined all the way there. Like in the event of an emergency, there's no way an ambulance or a fire engine or anything is getting in there. So I can't see how that's legal. And definitely it has to be in violation of their insurance policy at the very least. I like the amount of kids that have been there today. They have a duty of care there. So that in itself, you could argue that in itself is some form of child negligence, isn't it? But definitely something to look into. Or, you're right, Cathy. Jo does know how to get us in the fields. She certainly does. Tell you what though, Jo is one talented musician. She has a way with words. And as someone who very often struggles to get the right words and assemble it in the right order, I do appreciate someone like Jo, who has to me it's magical. The way Jo is able to find the right words to convey what she's feeling, I think is absolutely impressive. It's an impressive skill to have. Gets a little bit chilly again there now. Jeez, we've been through 3 seasons today. It started out lashing rain, then we had the sun come out. Now we're a bit of a wind breeze summer. Just going to zip up my jacket a little bit. Stop the wind on the back of my neck. You're right, Cathy, it really is a skill. It's a unique skill that not many people have, knowing how to put the right words together to convey what you mean. Time are we at? We're at 10 to 4. Jo is most definitely a star. She's a AAA plus platinum star.
Curtains rise on borrowed lines. Costume stitch.
If you haven't already, give Joe a subscribe and listen to her wonderful music. And if you have Spotify and or Apple iTunes, check out her two albums on there as well. Show her a little bit of support. Her talent deserves it. No, thank you, Joe. Your music, for one, helps me to be out here protesting, and it helps to generate some good energy. It helps to offset the negative vibes that comes out of this place. Because I don't know about anyone else, but personally for me, I do feel negative energy coming out of the Scientology buildings. I don't know if it's in my head or if it is energy that's about in the universe, but I certainly do feel the negative vibes, and Joe's music certainly does help to offset that. It's fair to say, if I was to choose where would I spend my Sunday, it certainly would not be here. Oh, cool. But that was a bus there beeping at me. Fantastic, even Dublin Bus appreciates what I'm doing. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, we have a little companion here. I'm sure you guys can see. Where's he gone? We had a spider there somewhere, keeping me company. That'd be fantastic, Cathy, to see a band covering some of JoJo's songs. They certainly should. Like, her material is absolutely fantastic. She has a lot of truly wonderful tunes there. They'd be a fool not to use them. Hi Erica, how are you? We're here outside the Dublin org of the cult of Scientology. There are two things we know in this life. Number one, we know Scientology is not a church, and we know number two, they most certainly are not a religion. And I guess they are a type of cult. I'd say they're worse than just calling them a cult. This is where we need the experts at Oxford Dictionary to come out, coin some phrases for these harmful, abusive cults. Because a cult can mean so many things. Like, you could call all the Swifties, the Taylor Swift supporters, you could call them part of a cult. Do you know what I mean? So I do think we need a better word that we could call the Scientology lads and the other cults around the world. Maybe abusive cult is enough to say that, to identify them, I guess. How's it going?
I'm just looking at your all your stuff.
Yeah, just trying to raise awareness. But what I don't like is the way they do they offer their space to the kids of the area for free of charge or for very little money to do things like the Irish dance and gymnastics. And that to me is false faith fighting. When them kids grow up, you could fully understand them thinking, that's a harmless place I did my Irish dancing. Where is the harm in coming in for a free personality test or doing a free course? And that's sort of how they get you on the hook. And there's nothing good about this place. It's abuse from the bottom up, top down. Like the last 3 years, I've listened to so many stories of people who grew up in Scientology, who are now adults and speaking out, and the different types of abuse they went through is absolutely horrific. And even 30 years after leaving Scientology, they're still dealing with the mental after effects of it. Do you know what I mean?
What would be, say, the top 3 harmful abuses that go on?
Well, number one is they're all about victim blaming. If something happens to you, say you got badly assaulted, they wouldn't blame the person who bet you up. They blame you for being a victim. You must have done something really bad in a previous life to deserve getting beaten up in this life. And then they'll say, oh yeah, if you do these courses and do this auditing, we can put you in control of your own destiny. You'll never get beaten up again. So it's all this whole thing of victim blaming, which is wrong. And then one of the other things that they do is disconnection. If you decide, I'm walking out where I can't deal with this anymore, I'm out, I'm no longer a Scientologist, all your family members and friends who remain in are forced to disconnect from you. They can no longer have any communication with you ever again. So they're two of the main reasons. There's so many, it's nested.
But it's not a religion then.
It's not a religion. They don't believe in God. If anything, they believe, if you go up through all the levels, you make it to OT8, which by which stage you'd have paid millions of dollars, like say Tom Cruise. They believe that they make you into a god, because you'll have unlocked your true potential. You'll have great sight. Your memory will be fantastic. You'll never forget anything. It's almost like you'll be a superhuman being. But the way they kind of do it, that they slowly get you on the hook. They'll start off like they'll be a friendly face. They'll love bomb the fuck out of you to get you on the hook. And then psychology, yeah, and then you end up that you're trapped inside a prison of your own belief. You're brainwashing yourself, but you just don't believe it. The other thing as well is what makes it like, if you're believing in the word, which these guys are programmed, that the only word you can believe in is the word of Lafayette Ronald Hubbard. Believing in the word of one man. And even these guys wouldn't be able to look up why am I out protesting. They wouldn't be able to look at my YouTube channel, for instance. You have to block out everything else. Anyone that says anything against Hubbard or Scientology, they're not allowed to look at. So it's a way of locking them into that little world. It's like being trapped inside the Truman Show. So it's just harmful and dangerous on so many levels. But you just don't realise at the time, you just don't realise. You're in it up to your neck before you realise, and then you can't exactly leave, because then you lose your family members who you've done unwittingly brought in with you, and then all your friends. And then because of the way they do things, you unwittingly, through the process of years in Scientology, because of their beliefs, you've kind of isolated yourself from the outside world as well. So you kind of, stuck there between a rock and a hard place. So that's my YouTube channel there, is Irish_Matt. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, thanks for stopping to talk to us.
Spread out your signs.
Oh, thanks very much. Yeah, thanks very much. What initially catches your eye? Is it the signs on the ground there, or the one I hold? Oh yeah.
People will see that more, but
If I spread them out a bit, yeah.
and put them up on the wall.
Well, the reason I don't put them up on the wall is because I'm not sure how much of that is Scientology owned because of private property. They will call the guards out on me, which they have done before. They tried to say by me standing there, I was harassing staff members coming in and out.
You tried to protest. Even then, just move your things.
Oh yeah, and that is why I play it safe, because these guys will fucking out a night lie. So this is where I don't even give them that little nugget. Do you know what I mean?
And film them when they come up to you.
Oh, exactly, and that's why I go live as well, to prove I'm on this side of the building and I'm not on that side. I haven't somehow managed to pole vault over to do damage or anything. Do you know what I mean?
Put one sign facing that way against the tree, the other side facing that way. It'll just get you more attention.
Oh yeah, thanks very much. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks. Get myself a drink of water there. Hi Peter, how are you? My throat does get a little bit dry after I've been talking. That's better. That was a good bit of advice the man gave me there, is to just spread out my signages there a bit. I'll just spread them out there a little bit. And especially with today, it is a mild day, we don't have any wind, so I won't need to do any jogging to retrieve my signs when they go a fluttering. I'll spread them out there a bit there. There we are now. So there we have that one. Dianetics, Narcanon, Cribanon, and all the white happiness, drug-free world, and all the other variants of their false propaganda on why drugs are bad. So we have a nice little space, and so I think this is a much better idea to leave the space there. And then this one we have our touch assist is not scientific. For pain relief, consult medical professionals, stop the abuse, which is the key word there, is stop the abuse, lads. And then on this one we have cult Scientology, learn why we protest at FSciento.space, helping to end the abuses. Yeah, it is more busy than normal, Peter. They have, there's a gymnastics event on today with the kids of the area that are into the gymnastics. Not the gymnastics, the Irish dancing. Because what they do, they very sneakily and deviously enter their space, free of charge of very little money to the kids of the area. And as you can see there, the back car park is full, front car park is full, and then they've even done this crazy, which I think is absolutely crazy. Cars parked all the way around the side. And that goes, the cars are parked all the way up along. And as you can see there, there's not that much space to get by them. Like if an emergency services vehicle like a fire engine or an ambulance had to get through, I can't see them being able to get through there. Not unless they're Tom Cruise or some sort of stunt abilities. It's been a good day out here. I've had quite a few people stopping to talk to me, which is good. Because that's why I'm out here after all this, to spread awareness. Oh, thanks very much, Joe. Yeah. Check what protesters all over the world go live like are Irish and finding horses here at FSciento.space. Thanks very much, Joe. My mod's working very hard today. Certainly something I'm going to look into. I know I keep saying it. Oh, there's a nice beep the horn. But I can't see how this is legal. I know there's no space there for an emergency vehicle. Now I know this is a private premises, but they do have a lot of people in there today. They've opened up, particularly where children are concerned, like you have a duty of care. So they have to be breaking some sort of laws here. And if nothing else, then even from an insurance point of view, they have to be violating the small print of an insurance policy. Like if this place was to go poof up in smoke, with the cars parked this close to the building and along the sides there, where fire trucks can't get in, I don't know, it just doesn't seem right to me. Bit blurry today. It could be because it was raining when I came out here. So maybe I need to, let me see, can I clean the lens a bit? Does that make the picture any clearer, lads? Oh, how much is it for a sign in the bus? That is a good idea, alright. Oh yeah, sorry about that, lads. It started raining as soon as I went live today. So I'd say it was probably a little bit of rain and maybe a bit of dust has stuck to the lens. Right, Ophelia, we do have a duty of care to the children. So I think because they have, in particular because they have invited the children in today, offered a space to them for the Irish dancing, they do have a duty of care. And I do not see how this is legal. Like, you can see the lack of space there between the car and the curb there. Oh, and I moved past the railings. I wonder, I'm not zoomed in, am I? Ah, oh, for fuck's sake, sorry lads, I zoomed in again. I am terribly sorry about that. Jesus Christ, lads. I seem to be getting worse at this live video and lark. Yeah, Andrea is amazing. I haven't seen the video yet, but certainly after this I'll be checking out Jeff's and Andrea's video. So I do hope the picture quality is better now. Fuck's sake, lads, I was zoomed in a bit. I wonder, is there a setting here to flash up the big one? I need a setting that will flash up in a big red writing, and maybe a siren sound to tell me, you fucking idiot, you've zoomed in again. Well, I do hope I haven't caused offence to anyone, but here in Ireland, there's some terms we use, they're not offensive, they're not swear words, curse words or blasphemy. It's more of a part of everyday language, how we express ourselves. I am an idiot, Joe, I will. I'll admit that, alright. I hope I'm the lovable kind of idiot, though. Oh no, Miriam, sorry, I have to pull you up there. It's not fucking Egypt, it's feckin' Egypt. So that would be FECKIN, it's feckin' Egypt. Sorry, but I had to correct you there on that one. We're very particular on what sort of swear words passes as everyday language here. We're very particular. Exactly, Joe has it, Joe has it. Back in Egypt, exactly, Joe has it. Hi Dusty, how are you? We're outside the Dublin Horde of the cult of Scientology here. Yeah, gobshite is another popular one. That could be, gobshite could be used to mean that someone is a lovable person. Or you could say gobshite in someone really is affecting Egypt. Gobshite has so many meanings, as a lot of our words do. That was a fantastic protest you guys did at the weekend, Dusty. I lost track of how many people. Was it something like 50 people you had there gathered at the protest? Oh, thanks very much, Joe. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like and maybe subscribing to the channel. But in particular, I would strongly urge you to hit the like, because Miriam has been known to give out wedgies to those who don't. Not that I condone the use of violence, but I can't control what my mods do, and if they feel the need to give someone a wedgie, I'm powerless to stop them. Yeah, so as you can see, it is rather busy here today. We have the back car park is full, they have the front car park is full, and they also have cars parked all the way along the side here, which I don't think is above board. That to me surely has to be some sort of a safety violation, because if something happened here then you needed fire engines or ambulances. There's no way there's enough room there for them to squeeze by. But what they have on here today is they have an Irish dancing thing on today for the local kids that they would come in and do their Irish dancing. It's something that these guys do for the false say pointing. The way they offer this space for free to the local kids in the area to do things like Irish dancing and the gymnastics. And that is one of the reasons why I'm here, is to help to undo some of their safe pointing, to maybe just to plant some seeds that maybe this isn't a benign place and there is no harm in growing up in later life, coming in doing a personality test or a free course. That maybe there was a reason why that nice lady was out there giving up her Sunday to be standing there on the roadside with her high-vis signage. So that's all we can do, is plant a few seeds of doubt and then just hope that it does stick. And then when these kids become adults themselves, they don't accidentally fall prey to Scientology or one of their flashy smiles of, come in for a free personality test, come in for a cup of tea and a bicky. Well, I suppose that's not the sale pitch, but it would certainly get me. If you offer me a cup of tea and a bicky, I'd be in a flash, lads. Or if it was to offer me a dram of whiskey, I'd certainly be susceptible. Oh, you're right, Peter, they probably do. Scientology would offer a software to shield you from those interpreting words. Most definitely, I'm sure they do. Oh wow, Kia, you got a page of this in a uni I do not go to. Wow, Kia. Oh, thanks very much, Pinky, for your support. And thanks once again, because you saved my bacon the other week when the guards were here, because I was so close to giving them my name, which would have been a foolish thing to do, because that would have went on to the police report that these fuckers would have had access to. So we all live and learn as we go, and hopefully we get that bit smarter and that bit wiser with each passing year. Hi Phoenix Book Girl, how are you? There is indeed. We're gone fucking mad. I don't know what we're doing, letting in these American sports. I don't even know, is it football, baseball, or what kind of a thing it is? Or basketball? Probably football, I'd imagine. Some sort of Pittsburgh Steelers against Minnesota Vikings. What kind of a sport would them lads be in? And what time it started at 2:30 today. What kind of a time is it likely to be over at? Like, will it go on until 10 o'clock tonight? Because I know the American sports goes on for a horrific long time. They go on for literally hours and hours, lads. They're not like the Irish sports. Like our GAA games or hurling, that's 35 minutes aside, that's 70 minutes. But it's fast-paced action that you'd be well and truly cream crackered at the end of it. Not like these American sports. They go for a little slow jog, lads, and then they lie down for a bit of a rest. And then the next fella gets up, goes for another slow jog. Then he goes down for a little bit of a rest. Do you know what I mean? It's very slow action, lads. So it's no wonder they have plenty of time for getting more beers and hot dogs. 2 more 15-minute quarters. Is a quarter only 15 minutes? Well, then there must be something like 50 quarters in a game. Because it just feels like to me that these American games go on for a small eternity. Apologies, Americans, if I've offended anyone there, but that's just my observations. Lots of breaks, so exactly. But I'm right though. They go for a slow jog, they stop for a bit of a rest, then they go for another slow jog. Do you know what I mean? If you want to see how a proper game should be played, check out a game of hurling and you'll see non-stop action. You'll even as a spectator, you'll be pretty cream crackered watching the action yourself. It moves that fast. Oh, I don't know about that, Miriam. Particularly if there's a censorship on it. All you'll be hearing in the sports commentary will be bleep, 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 bleep. And bleep, 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 bleep. Oh, thanks very much. Cracking you guys up. That's good. I haven't somehow offended the Americans. That is good. That is good to know. Because I do know some people do take their sports a little bit too seriously. Do you know what I mean? And I don't even know how many team members are on one of these sports teams. Because when I was coming in, there's an awful lot of shirts about, the Viking ones in particular, where there's a lot of different player names on the back. So I don't know, do you guys have like 50 players on the team? Now it does strike me possibly people could be vain enough to be getting their own names printed in the back of a shirt. Because based on the number of names I've seen, there has to be easily 50 fucking players on a team. Do you know what I mean, lads? Oh, Kia, that would be fantastic. Everybody in the FSciento space running a sports game. We certainly have enough people that we could run a soccer tournament. We certainly have enough people for that, alright. Jojo says, I received all the sports and everyone else is having fun. Well, Joe, if it's any consolation, I grew up on a family-run farm. So when you were running around wasting your time on a sports field, I was out working in the fields in all sorts of weather conditions. Winter, frost, snow, nothing stopped us. We were out there working the fields. So Peter says 50 people. Holy fuck! Seriously! And I was joking and exaggerating when I said about 50. 53 players per team. Flippin' heck, man. 53 lads. Oh man. That has me a master words. 53. But only 11 on the field of play. I suppose they get tired after the little jog, they get tired. They have to swap out one player and swap in another. Because God forbid you might have to do a couple of little jogs through the course of the day. Oh, Skyfair, you got a friend that loves American football. Now, I'd put the question to them. Do they love watching the game itself? Or is it the beers and the hot dogs and all the other paraphernalia that you get at these games? Is that what they love more so than watching the game itself? I've gone to one American sports game in my lifetime, and that was about 30 odd years ago. I was at a baseball game. Can't for the life of me remember who was playing who. All I remember is I fell asleep before the game even started, lads. And my friends I was with, they foolishly woke me, and I wish, to this day, I still wish they'd let me sleep, because the game was boring as fuck. Put this way, the most interesting thing I found about the game was at half time when the little tractor lad came out to straighten the field. I found that was more entertaining than watching them slowly get up, hit a little ball, maybe do a little bit of a teeny bit of jog, more standing around scratching their heads, then someone else got up to bat a ball. Sometimes they did a little bit of a jog, sometimes they casually just walked up to the mat. Yeah, Cathy, that's very much like myself from home. I do be cracking myself up laughing at some of the things that you guys say. I do think that my neighbours must think she truly has lost her mind at time. Oh yeah, for sure. Now rugby is a hardy sport. I put a challenge out there to any of the American footballers. Do away with your stupid fucking padding gear and tog out on the rugby pitch. See how hardy you are then, lads. But mind you, the soccer is a game for the pansies. They cut themselves, they get a little finger cut. And the soccer players are rolling around on the field, lads, as if they're after critically injuring themselves. Do you know, I'm making out they're broken their leg, and then 2 minutes later they're running around. Do you know what I mean? Now take a game of hurling. There the players will pick themselves up and try to run around the field, even though they've picked up a broken leg. Oh, Canadian football is harder, the field is bigger. But I wonder, is Canadian football kind of like American football? Or is it more like the Aussie rules football? Because I do like the Aussie rules football, I have to say. Hi Richard, how are you? We're outside the Dublin org of the Cult of Scientology of a Sunday afternoon. Oh, Peter says they've implemented a clock to speed up the MLB games. MLB. I haven't a clue what MLB could stand for. Something league. Bullshit. Many leagues bullshit games, I guess. MLB stands for, I don't know. Yeah, it can be dangerous, Jennifer. You're right there. It can be dangerous when you haven't been trained properly. But you'll find that when you learn rugby as a kid, they play very much, it's tailored rules they have from a kid all the way up to limit the amount of damage that they can do. But by heck, rugby is a fantastic game to look at. And sevens rugby, oh man, that is one heck of a fast-paced game. And the skill you'll see at the sevens rugby, absolutely fantastic. Oh, it's like American football. Well, I'm not so interested then. But I do like the, I do like the ice hockey though. That's a nice fast-paced game. Oh, your cousin Joseph, my cousin played rugby, but had injuries to the shoulders and was told by doctors to stop. He was gutted as he played for under 21 pro team. Oh wow, Joe, that is gutting. He was that good and he had to retire. That is a shame. The footballers faking it so annoying. Right, Miriam, and they train to do them elaborate falls to make out that they're mortally wounded, that they have a broken leg, when somebody barely touched them. And I guess why not, if it can win you a penalty, which could win the game. Like, God forbid that you use your natural born skill to win a game these days, you know what I mean? Skyfire, I'll agree with you there. Baseball is so boring. Like, they do a little bit of running around, but all you see them doing is dunking in the basketball balls every other second. And like, the score at the end of a basketball game is ridiculous. It's something like 2 billion against 1,900 billion kind of thing, is a crazy scoreline. They're about the same, Peter, the Canadian and American football. As he says, we had the grand final of the Aussie rules football here yesterday. You don't like it or watch it, but Snoop Dogg came over to perform at the opening. Oh wow! Oh yeah, you watched Snoop Dogg and then turned off. Fantastic. But I do like the Aussie rules football. It's not quite the same as the GA, but I do like it. And I also like I don't know if you're aware of it, the international rules variant of, it's a cross between Gaelic football and Aussie rules football, that the Irish play against the Australians. It's every year, every couple of years. I think it's every year, that in alternative years it'd be played here, and then the next year then is played over in Australia. That I do enjoy watching. Tiger says rugby is for real men and female warriors. I partied with the Welsh rugby team years ago. They are beasts, never seen men so big in my life. Right, Haggis, and when you're watching a game, you don't realise how big they are. because they're all big. You just think relatively, you just think they're a little bit bigger than the average human until you see them up close and personal and you realise even the smallest of the rugby players is literally a giant. Absolutely massive fellas they are. Ice hockey is crazy catty. I don't quite understand the rules of ice hockey. Oh, why there isn't someone nipping off mortally wounded every other second. But I sure as heck do enjoy watching it. Oh, I can see you, I feel you, I can see you. Oops, what have I done? My jobby fingers have pressed something, I think I'm back. Hi 420, how are you? There is a, whatchamacallit, there is some sort of an Irish dancing thing on here today. And I can see that they have called the guards out. The guards are just inside there. So, I wonder what stories they're spinning. Is that biddy that was taking a picture of me earlier talking to them? Might be her alright. But sure, we'll see anyway. Yeah, Peter, there does seem to be a lot of fighting when it comes to the ice hockey. Hiya, safe travels, Jennifer. Hiya says, just stuffing my face with French toast, caramel glaze and blueberry compote. Lashings on maple syrup too. Oh, fantastic. And the Canadian maple syrup is absolutely delicious. The lovely haggis gave me some when I went over to Copenhagen there a while back. Absolutely delicious. You could pour on pancakes, even your normal breakfast cereal, even on toast, everything. Heck, you could almost drink it straight from the bottle. Absolutely delicious. Canadian maple syrup is. They certainly are talking the ear off the two guards in there. Wonder what kind of lies are they spinning now. Suppose I'll find out soon enough. Or maybe they haven't called them out for me, but we'll see. Skyfire says, ice hockey is for running into people. I'm Alaskan, so I'm not allowed to say anything negative about it. Fair enough, Skyfire. But yeah, there does seem to be a lot of collisions in the ice hockey. Well, maybe you're not here for me. They're bringing the two cards out around the back somewhere. Curious and curiouser. I just don't appreciate beef. Oh, in a coffee too. Maple syrup great in coffee too. I never thought about putting it into a coffee. It looks like JoJo's album is finished. Let's let me go. It's on this one I have the music. Let's throw on some more music there. So where's my playlist? That's the one. Do you know what? Joe's new album is so good. I think we'll play it again because I do think it's absolutely fantastic. She picked the right number of tunes. She picked the right tunes to put into it, and the order she has them in, I think they flow fantastically into each other. Joe says they're a great team in Glasgow. Glasgow Clan used to be called the Braehead Clan because they play at Braehead Ice Rink here. We've got an ice rink. They are the highest level of UK ice hockey. Well, I'd imagine there's probably not much competition. I'm not aware of very many teams this side of the Atlantic that do play ice hockey. And we don't exactly have ice readily available at our disposal. Well, not of a quality that you could be playing ice hockey on. Now, I suppose you don't really play out on real ice It's more the special built-in arenas. Oh yes, for sure. Ice hockey skates are not fun. The figure skate blades, oh my god, they'd be razor sharp. Fuck, you would lose a leg with them lads. Okay, Amy, take care. Not sure how far behind I am, chat here. Joe says, cool haggis, what is the pro team? Paisley Pirates. Oh, Haggis says, Joe, a fella I went to high school with, went to Glasgow to play hockey years ago. Paisley Pirates, that is a fantastic name for any team, I love it. Paisley Pirates is fantastic. Haggis says, I cannot skate, I skate worth a toss. My pals took me to Cromwell when I was at home and it was absolutely crap. Haggis says, Joe, was 100 years ago, I do not recall. Exactly, even yesterday feels like 100 years ago at this stage. Joe says they were founded in 1946, so guessing it might be them. Oh, very probably then, Joe. Very probably. Very curious as to what the Gardaí are doing in the back there with the Scientologists. Very curious. Just keep an eye out, see when they venture out again. No doubt they're... And I think one thing we can be assured of, one thing they most certainly are doing is they're wasting police time anyway. That's for sure. Joe says, loved roller skating as a young teen. And Haggis says, much better at roller skating, but still fell over. And you did better than me. Anything that involves my 2 feet not being on firm, steady ground, I can't do. Heck, I even trip over my own 2 feet. Well, even when I am on solid ground, lads, so you can imagine what I'm like. I'm rollerblades, ice skates, or any sort of a yoke. Skyfire says, Catty, I hate rollerblades and love roller skating. Oh, interesting. I guess I used to roller skate into jaggy hedges when I was wee. That's one way to break your fall, I guess, isn't it? To skate into the hedge. The only way to stop, we didn't have brakes there. It works, you know what I mean? I wouldn't knock anyone for that method. That sounds like a good idea to me. It's certainly better than breaking your fall by slamming head first into the ground, that's for sure. This is warmed up here now. There's a nice sunshine there on me back. Catty says, Skyfire, yep, not rollerblades, but good at the roller skate. Yeah, I guess on the rollerblades you can go so much faster. And with the roller skates, probably have more power to stop, I guess. Yeah, I'd be with Haggis. I don't see how you could stop though without using the hedge to help. Although you see some people at it, they're very good at it. So fair play to them. Or if you appreciate the beeps there, lads. There's the 2 guards walking out there now. So we'll see, do they... Skyflyer says, I got a nice scar on my knee from when I was a kid roller skate outside, and yet it was from trying to stop going downhill. Holy smokes. There's no way you could stop going downhill. No way. You just have to let gravity take its course, really. Shite, yeah. I suppose the main thing is Guy Fire, you live to tell the tale, which I guess is the main thing. Roller blades hurt your hips, oh for sure, yeah. Jesus, she's still talking to the Gardaí there. The poor lad's trying to get away. Certainly full of the yap, the Miss Scientologist is. Another appreciated beat there. Exactly, Skyfire. The point is it's all fun and games and not like Scientology, exactly. It's about quality of life. How's it going? Can I give you my card?
Have you got one?
I do, yeah. I'll see you now in a bit. Did they call the guards out for me? They did that a few weeks back. They said that me standing here, I was harassing staff going in and out of the building.
Right.
That's the type of fair game tactics that they deploy. That's my channel is there. Thanks very much. I might just I'll get myself a drink of water there, lads. Very probably Miriam, but you know, we'll give the benefit of the doubt. We won't make any assumptions. While keeping our eyes very wide open, do you know what I mean? Wow, that's first. They're certainly taking their time about it anyway. But it's mainly the lady Scientologist who's doing all the yapping. So I guess she's working very hard to try and get her false narrative across. But to me, the way I read the body language of the guards, they just want out of there. I'm pretty certain they know that they're just wasting their time. But at the same time, if a member of the public is giving a complaint, you have to, I suppose you have to give them a courtesy listen. That's a generous way of putting it, I guess. Me, I'd be tempted of, I think wasting police time comes into it. Tying up police resources when maybe they might be needed for another job somewhere, who knows? Who knows what could happen somewhere else of a nice Sunday afternoon. Sure, we'll find out soon enough anyway. Or maybe not soon enough. She surely is yakking her head off anyway, lads. I wish I'd timed it when the guards first went in there. But it's very curious the way they sort of went in around they went in, was talking to her, and then went in around the back for a bit. And then as they were coming out the door then she approached them and started yakking at them some more. It's all very curious. Exactly, Miriam, they have to. Even if you know it's a hoax call, you still need to investigate, because maybe it's not a hoax call. Yeah, Skyfire, it really does. This guy does look like a painting. It's absolutely fantastic. The way it's clear there in the middle, with the different types of clouds on either side, that really would make a lovely picture. It truly would. And this is why I could never do the job of a guard. Because I'd be tempted to say, would you ever feck off and stop wasting me time with your rubbish? Do you know what I mean? I don't know how you diplomatically say that. Maybe you learned that in Garda's training school of how you should talk to members of the public. I know I've already said it, Joe, but this is one cracking album, mate. It truly is. It's a fucking brilliant album. Absolutely cracking music we're being treated to. How's it going?
What are you protesting for?
I just Scientology in general.
Why? What do they do? What are Scientology? Could you explain?
Well, they're a cult.
Already.
They don't believe in a God. They believe in that if you progress up to their levels and pay billions of pounds, that eventually you'll become a God. That you'll have full control over mind and matter. You'll have super sight. You'll never again forget anything. You'll have superior memory. All this kind of stuff. But the way they hook you in, that they say, come in for a free personality test. Come in, do a free course. You'll do the free personality test. And they'll say, this and this is wrong with you. Oh, we have a course for that. Pay money to do the courses. But you'll never get to that point where you're grand now, there's nothing wrong with you. Because then they'll even say, because these guys believe in, we've all lived a billion lifetimes before. So that's when they'll say, oh yeah, I can see your case is more complicated. You have all this past karma from your billion years or lifetimes before. Oh yeah, there's some courses we have for that. Come in, do some auditing. It'll only cost you tens of thousands of dollars.
They're just money scam.
Exactly. That is basically why it's money scam. But along the way, there's a lot of different levels of abuse built into it. Because you end up where you're sort of trapped, a prisoner of your mind. It's sort of like you're trapped in the Truman Show, but you don't realise that you're Truman. You think that everyone outside like me, we just don't know the truth. Like that picture they have in there of L. Ron Hubbard, they believe that man there, he's a source, and the complete source of all the truth. And everything else then that will contradict what Hubbard says then is all rubbish. They can't even look at things on the internet that is against Scientology.
Right.
Yeah, thanks very much. Oh, we'll keep an eye on the Garda car is pulling out there now, lads. Wonder are they able to pull around the back? Maybe they are. Or they do reverse back out this way. I'm not sure if there is a clear route all the way through. We'll keep an eye out both left or right and see where the Garda car pops up. And then we'll see whether or not I'll be talking to a lovely Garda Síochána today. Hi Manning, how are you? Oh, they've come up that way. So there is a way for them to pass all the way through. So I don't know if you guys can see the cop cars there in the distance. So they're coming out there. So we'll see now. We'll see now, do they stop to talk to me or not. So they are able to get a car through, but only just. There's no way an ambulance or a fire truck will be getting through there though. There certainly is not enough space for that. A few more appreciate the beeps there. So we'll just keep an eye there on we'll just keep well, maybe I might be okay, lads. So there we have the cop car just passing by there. So we might be good, who knows, we shall see. Oh, looks like they might be getting out, lads. Oh, exactly, yeah. How's it going? I'm good, yeah.
Is there a reason why you're recording the Scientology?
Yeah, I'm recording to prove I'm here, on this side of the wall, and I'm not inside the premise.
Oh,
you know the way with GPS.
I'm not saying that you're...
Oh no, just, but you know the way with GPS, it doesn't pinpoint your location directly. You know the way GPS will say you're loosely in this area, and that's why I record. Because here's a good spot to say this is exactly where I am.
You're in the
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know that, but this is.
We're not stopping you at all.
Oh no, but this is particularly why I choose this, because this is a nice safe place to prove that this is exactly where I am. Because I know it's hard when someone rings up and says one thing, then you have a he, she said kind of thing.
The only reason we're here is they're just concerned because there's a lot of children there.
Yeah.
They're just concerned that you're taking photos and videos of the kids. So they have no problem with you being here. We obviously have no problem with you.
Well, they do, but I know you're doing.
No.
I know you're doing your job.
Yeah.
That you know.
Yeah. All we're saying is, if it's possible to try avoid recording the kids.
Which I
They're just concerned about the kids.
which I do anyway, even though legally I'm not obliged to.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely.
but
Yeah,
I do think,
we told them that.
personally I do think that's the right thing to do.
Exactly.
So it's what you feel yourself is right.
We told
Regardless of what the law is, you know, sometimes you just think that's the right thing to do.
we told them that you're perfectly within your rights.
And me filming kids doesn't benefit me. I'm here to spread awareness of Scientology. And to try and negate against the safe point them guys will do. Because I think you guys know Scientology is a cult. And they're not a benign presence. And this is why I'm here protesting, so that these kids will think, hang on, I wonder why that lady was out protesting. Maybe there might be some harm in going in, do a free personality course, do a free test when they grow up in later life. Because otherwise they'll be thinking, what is a harmless place I used to do my dancing in? Do you know what I mean?
In terms of why the kids are there as well, that's just a completely separate thing.
Oh yeah, I know they are. And that's why, and that is also why I'm out with my signs, just to say, I'm out here protesting. And just to plant some seeds there that maybe Scientology isn't a blind place, that maybe there's more to it, that when they grow up that maybe they'll say, well that's a place with Irish dancing, but there's a lady outside protesting, maybe I'll look into this a little bit further, and that is my objective. Do you know what I mean? And that's, oh yeah, I fully understand.
That you're within your rights.
Yeah.
They're just concerned about the possible recording kids. And we like again, you're legally allowed. They just are worried about having their kids.
And they're not concerned. That is the excuse they came up with, call you guys out. Like they called out 2 lads before, 3 weeks ago, they tried to say I was harassing staff going in and out standing here.
It wasn't actually the staff here that called.
I don't know who.
Yeah, no, it wasn't actually.
It was the mothers of the kids.
Oh yeah, I know, but this was the staff was the last time called.
Well,
yeah.
but this time it's the mothers of the kids in there that are concerned that their kids are being recorded. That's why we're there.
I know.
Perfectly allowed.
I know. I know that with the whispering in the ear by the Scientologists. These are just tactics they apply all the way around the world, and that is something. And that is why I take care of that. I am live recording. That when I live record from here, from walking down, so they can't say before I went live. I somehow managed to jump over, cause whatever kind of damage, because they've lied for years to law enforcement all over the world. And they've framed people in America that they were later caught out of. And I know that's nothing to do with you guys because there needs to be a crime to be investigated. And if someone rings up to you guys, you have to do your duty of care and come out and investigate. Exactly, yeah.
Just try not to record the kids if possible.
Oh yeah.
That's all.
That's no problem because I've no benefit to me recording the kids. Yeah. Okay. Irish Mart is my channel name.
Irish Mart.
Yeah.
What's
are you from Rathfarnham or from?
Rathfarnham. Alright.
Wouldn't Tala be the nearest station or no?
The border is that old bond there. So it's the same district.
But we're from
Rathfarnham station covers.
Are we officially then in Rathfarnham here rather than Tala?
For the Garda.
Oh, just from the Garda. Okay.
Yeah.
But then postal will be something different though. Yeah.
Rathfarnham Guard Station goes everything between Churchofscientology and Old Bond.
Okay, I gotcha, yeah.
Ourselves and Tala are the same district.
Yeah.
So.
When you say same district,
yeah.
Pardon my ignorance, what do you mean by that?
So we have the same superintendent. The same superintendent is over Tala and Rathfarnham. So
Oh.
sometimes we'll go over and help out Tala, Tala might come over and help out us.
So it's like Rathfarnham is kind of a...
It's like a sister brother station.
Kind of interesting.
It's like one big district.
Because I've never been in either, so I don't know what size they are.
Say it again, sorry?
I've never been in either, but I would assume the one in Tala is a big station.
Yeah.
And then Rathfarnham is kind of a small...
Sounds like a small one.
Yeah. Interesting, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
No more.
Yeah.
See you now.
Thanks,
Thanks, yeah. Spot on, Miriam, that is a perfect solution. If they don't entice the kids in anymore, there's no kids to film then, yeah. Perfect solution. I absolutely agree with you there. 1,000,000,000%. I just telling me to stop talking after you educate them. Yeah, I guess sometimes when I start talking I have a certain number of words I guess need to slip out of my mouth. Yeah, maybe that is it, Pinky. just giving them fuel for their fire, yeah. And yet I'm kind of thinking, what possible fuel could I give them? But you're right, that's the mistake a lot of innocent people fall into. Guardians of the peace. So leave our peaceful protests and Irish march alone. Exactly, Joe. Guardians of the peace. Exactamundo. Human trial. Yeah, but and that is it, Haggard, that is where we know that's what they do. It's human trafficking, child SA. But with no proof what's going on inside here, and without proof, there's nothing they can do to investigate. That is where ideally you need a former member of the cult here to come forward and to report their experiences. I need to remember to look at chat when I'm talking to the Gardaí. I should have asked for their IDs, you're right, Pinky. Oh, so many things to remember. Urgent guards must be going back in then to talk to them again. Interesting. Interesting. Exactly, Manning. The Gardaí were so concerned. They know that these guys are wasting their time, but they have to do their due diligence and investigate. And yeah, Pinky and Joe, that is exactly what I do need to learn to do. Keep it short and sweet. I need to not do any talking, just answer questions I'm actually asked. And you're right, Miriam, there is no recognised video of children. Because I've maybe gotten a glancing, they maybe wandered into my frame a couple of times, but certainly there is no zooming in or no following or trailing the children. Plus, it's not against the law either. Right, I feel you. They do film everyone, even on the streets, you're right. Who knows what kind of cameras and snappy they have going on in there. But then I guess to the I would suspect that they've gotten the parents to sign some sort of a disclaimer that they're allowed to film the kids inside there and take all the snappy snaps and use them for whatever way they want for their own promotional activities. Yeah, Joe, you're right, I probably could have shown you their faces. It wouldn't have been because they are in public. And do they have body cams on? I didn't check. I don't know, I just kind of don't like, I don't like putting the camera on people, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I suppose so, Joe, because I'm not used to talking to guards. That's probably my second ever conversation with a guard. And it's something I do need to learn to remember don't be talking to them. Be polite, say, how are you going? And wait for them to ask me. And just answer the second question I'm asked, rather than me rambling on. And then plus, I guess I do have it ingrained in the back of my mind, well, an innocent person has nothing to fear from the law. Whereas that's probably not strictly speaking 100% accurate though. Exactly, I guess it is because people are noticing me. And I absolutely doubt that a parent decided themselves to ring the guards. Someone could well be, there are some Scientologists in the area working as staff members. And we have seen they do have kids of about this age. I would say more than likely it was a Scientologist who's a parent who rang up. That is true, Pinky, that is true. But they wouldn't have an easy job of proving the stalking though when I'm not actually stalking anybody. I'm just standing here in front of the building. I'm not chasing anyone around the building as they move about. Ah, fantastic, I guess. Well, they're getting to see my signs, and that is the point of it, is planting the seeds of doubt with them seeing my signs. That is exactly the point of it. Do not forget to FOIA request the body cams. That is one thing I forgot to do, I guess. I don't know if you caught that, they've just gone off there. That is one thing I forgot to check if they do have body cams. Maybe I should start capturing them. Well, that is if they do turn up again. Maybe I should have turned the camera on them. Oh, that's what you're saying, Joe. Turn your camera to people when you speak to them, as I say, Jasper. If people don't want the camera on them, just turn it away. Oh yeah, you're right. I could ask them if they mind being on camera first. Oh, okay, I guess stop talking and let us hear what the cops are saying next time you're talking over them. That is something I do need to consciously aware of, or I need to consciously remember, is to stop. Let them talk and then say, wait for my turn to say my piece. You're right there about that, I guess. And yeah, you're right, Joe. I was just explaining my viewpoint that there is absolutely nothing here to be investigating. And it is being a new thing, something new to learn and adapt to. Because I have to say, I am autistic and I don't pick up social cues like the way most other people do. It's a learning experience for me, and it's something for me to process and just to try and remember next time. Keep my mouth shut first, wait for the police to talk to me, answer their question, then zip it again, wait for their question, then talk again. So it's all a learning experience. Yeah, Pinky, and I will openly admit to that, I am way too trusting. I most certainly am. And to be honest, I'd prefer to be too trusting than being too distrusting, if you know what I mean. That to me is just a better way to live, where your default position is to trust someone, but at the same time keep one eye open, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's definitely something for me to learn and just be a bit mindful of in future. Yep, I guess that is, yeah, and this is where I guess short and sweet is a trick. State the facts and just answer the flipping question you asked. This I know, but when it comes to reality, my mouth just talks. Maybe I'm trying too hard to prove I'm innocent, which I am innocent. So I don't need to try so hard. I don't know. Hiya says, we're lower British. I would disagree with that statement, Haggis. Real overbush, she is a chatterbox. I would be find it to say she can at times be a chatterbox. Like the complaints they used to have about me and me school reports. Every single school report was that Irish doesn't, well, they didn't say Irish, but we'll say it for the purpose of this. Irish doesn't talk enough. Irish needs to talk more in class. It used to drive me more mad because she used to get the opposite report on me brother of them saying that such and such talks too much. Such and such needs to be quiet occasionally in class. And for me then it was the complete opposite. Exactly, I guess you're right. Remember they're there to lock you if they can. The more you talk, the more fuel they have to manipulate your words. Oh, exactly, yeah, that they can twist the words. Absolutely. I'll find out what Scientology tells them, so FSciento, the police calls. Yeah, look into that haggis and see what can be done there. I'm not, This is where I'm torn. Can I FOIA the police calls anonymously? Because I certainly wouldn't be comfortable giving them my name, and I certainly wouldn't be giving them my address. Oh, exactly, Miriam. We all know the things they try. If they try to report you for something, it's again an opportunity to show you've done anything wrong. And also, yeah, and it's maybe something we can use to our advantage. That these guys systematically in every country around the world, they waste police times. They have 70 years ago and they're still doing the same crack today. Joe says, I'm just saying I guess we my work here till I spoke to Oh, Joe says I learned fast. That's what I need to do. Exactly, Manning, it is a learning experience. You're too right, it surely is. This type of thing is certainly new to me. And it's something I never in a billion years imagined I'd ever be doing. Is standing here talking to myself. That is a fantastic tip, Pinky. It's something that I should do as a starting point is hello officers, ID please, you're right there. Take a film of the ID and take a picture of the two lads as well, it's probably a good idea. Yep, it certainly is a learning experience, and I guess some of us are probably more slower learners than others. Hi Twyler, how are you? You can ask for the CAD number. Oh, that does ring a bell. That's something else to look into. I certainly do think a bit of research I need to do. Exactly, Skyfire. It's I think it's an automatic human response. That when you're being accused of something that you didn't do, you feel the need to defend yourself, I guess. And we do that through blabbering or flipping mouths off, and maybe we should zip it. And I guess I am too polite, Joe. Yeah, I'm part of the generation where we were raised to respect someone in authority, whether they deserved it or not. Do you know what I mean? Oh, Tyler's out bird watching. Oh, fantastic, Tyler. Joe is having a lovely chicken curry with rice and fries. Absolutely delicious. What will I be having for my dinner? Oh, I have some of that delicious Scottish salmon I got from Marks and Spencer's the other day. What the fuck is in the freezer? Darn it, it won't be defrosted in time. I could have a 4 cheeses pizza. I could have some homemade fries. I could have some homemade fries with some poached eggs and garlic mayo. That does sound nice. I think I'll have that. Okay, Kia, have a good night's sleep. And thanks for your support today. It took me so long to catch up and chat. I see Jojo saying 100% Irish. And I don't know what the 100% is in relation to. Probably refers to everything. Miriam is having a 4 cheeses pizza in a minute. Absolutely delicious. Alfredo, you can be polite and still hold your ground, but not give them any information they're not entitled to. Oh, exactly. And that is something I need to learn to do, is to shut me flipping out. Revert back to my childhood days. What was it they tell you? What was it they tell you as a child? Be quiet and only speak when you're spoken to, kind of thing. Because Pinky is right. Who knows what I'm saying, what way they could twist it. And that is probably one of the principles of the police interrogation, when they do be interviewing a suspect, is that someone trips themselves up. And also how people have been innocently convicted of crimes they didn't commit, because they have said something that has been misconstrued. Pizza for breakfast. Nothing wrong with pizza for breakfast, Cathy. Now, if you're having pizza for breakfast with a few beers to wash it down with, that's where maybe I'd say, maybe not such a good idea. But definitely a pizza on its own is perfectly acceptable. Pizza is one of them foods you can have any time of the day or night. Or that's my story and I'm sticking with it. Put the salmon in a sieve and pour cold water over like you can do with corn. Oh, I could do that, Joe. Because salmon with homemade fries and the garlic mayo does sound much nicer than with the poached egg. Yeah, pour cold water over it. That would defrost it somewhat. That would do the job, and then bung it in the air fryer. I'll absolutely do that. I'm just wondering there, how would the Gardaí know it was a parent? Did they get proof that the parent had an actual child there? I'll just turn my camera this way as there's a parent and child walking by. I think he says, love me some cold pizza in the morning. The morning after. Exactly. That does sound good after the morning after. Morning after, feed a beer. Pizza left from the night before is always good. Joe was right that the curry's the morning after. A cold chicken curry the morning after. Flippin' heck, man. That's barbaric. Next you're going to tell me, Joe, that you eat baked beans out of the tin can cold. Flippin' heck, man. You can't be eating a cold curry the next morning. Unless you want to spend the rest of the day on the toilet. I would have thought. Do you know what, lads, thinking of it? If the alleged parent of the alleged child had an issue with me filming or taking pictures of the alleged child, well then the alleged child wouldn't have been out. The alleged child wouldn't have been out the front. There's plenty of space there to be hanging out and practicing the dances, like the size of that building. Do you know what I mean? So how they thought that excuse of going to wash with the guards? I guess that is it though. They weren't trying to, what's the word? Two young lads going by on a scooter there. What's the word I'm looking for? They weren't like, they made no genuine effort to come up with a half decent case. Like really, can they not try harder? Like massive AAA flunk. Now I guess the objective is it wasn't to come up with a compelling reason of why I would need to be arrested. The idea is probably for the PR point of view. We called the guards out, they did nothing. We did our best. Maybe they took a few pictures of the guards to use for their own internal purpose to say, look boss, we did call out the guards. We've done our due diligence, whatever they call it. 100% Pinky, you're right there. Guards are allowed to lie if it gets them results they want. Exactly, what about their camera? Did they get possession? Exactly. Exactamundo. And I should also feel insulted. They weren't watching my live, otherwise they would see the lack of content I have on this live. Like heck, I'm in no danger for winning Content Producer of the Year, lads. Do you know what I mean? Having this live is mainly for my own protection, to prove I'm on this side, the public side of events, and I'm nowhere near the so-called private property belonging to the evil cult of Scientology. Simple as. Just going to adjust my position there while the lady's getting into her car. Give her some privacy. It's good to see though that a car can squeeze through, so it's definitely wide enough. But I'm not sure a fire truck or an ambulance would fit through though, because them vehicles are substantially wider than what a car is. It looks like there must be a few people are leaving. The event must be over. So I might stick around for a while longer. They might get to see me signs on the way out, so I think I'll stay a while longer. No harm in having me signage on display. Might just take me an hour drink of water there. Cool. It certainly is. Yeah. Do you know what? Up until 2 years ago, that's why I thought that I was just a trap for the Americans with too much money, like the celebrities.
Yeah.
That was just a money con. But it's not. It's normal members of the public like myself, yourself, who wouldn't have much money. Once they get you in, they do the free personality test, and they'll say this and this is what we do. Come in, do a course. The course will only cost you, say, 50 quid, 100 quid. But then progressively it increases up in price. Before you know it, you're paying 50,000, 100,000 for a course. And then the way they kind of get you on hook, because they'll say, yeah, but this is an investment in your future. You'll unlock, well, say, imagine you're a 20-year-old, you'll unlock your true potential. You'll be master over your own mind. You'll have superior sight, you won't need glasses, you'll never get headaches or migraines. All this kind of stuff, you'll never suffer from cancer.
It's a money racket, is it?
It is a money racket, but built in.
Is it in America or something like that?
Yeah, it was written by a guy called Ron Hubbard, a failed sci-fi writer.
That's So would you Irish dancers in there now?
See this is, they do a lot of sneakiness. It's what we call it's they rent that space for free after very little money for people in the area to entice them in. And this way it plants a false memories. Now when these kids grow up, they'll be thinking, that's a harmless place I was doing the dancing in. Where's the harm in coming in for a free course, free personality test? So that's why I'm here. I'm just trying to counteract that and just maybe plant a few seeds out. Maybe these aren't these nice friendly bunch that they seem to be. Maybe there's something more to it. Maybe I'll do a few Googles to find out for myself. Do you know what I mean? Because I thought the same. There is when they have these events on. I was never with them.
No.
But because the last couple of years I've listened to so many survivors I spoke at on YouTube of people who are now adults. They grew up in Scientology. Some of them have been out with Scientology for 20, 30 years, but they're still dealing with the aftermath because the whole fuckery it does on your mind.
There's a lot of I know your man what's his name, John Travolta. He's Scientology, and so is Cruz.
He's a hardcore believer, and I think the only reason they opened it here because Scientology failed 2 years ago. They used to have a Dianetic Centre on Abbey Street that went belly up. It went bankrupt. I think they only opened this building here because if you remember back,
I do remember
10 or so years ago, it came out with that Cruz has Irish heritage. And because Cruz is best mates with David Miscavige, is the guy who took over from when L. Ron Hubbard died. Or as they'll say he didn't die, he dropped his body. Because they believe we eternal beings, that this human body is just a meat body. We've all lived billions of years before. We're eternal beings that we just inhabit this house. And that here is a prison man. And I thought about money, but then along the way there's a lot of abuse built into it. The way they treat the staff is highly abusive. But it's sort of akin to if you're in an abusive relationship, you don't realise until you're over it kind of thing. And then they do, if you grow up into it and you realise this isn't for me, I'm over, I want to join the real world. They'll force your family members and your friends who are still in to disconnect from you. You can never talk to them again. And that is wrong, and that is why. But there's so little known about in the public space. Because I was like that a couple of years ago. They're very good at killing news stories. And they're very good at paying off people who are speaking out.
So it would cost some money to run that
It
place.
certainly does because, and this is part of, there's a money scam. It's a property scam like you'll find. I'm almost certain that this property will be owned by Scientology in America. What they'll do here, these guys, they'll be paying rent back to American org for the use of the property. So that's how they're able to funnel money around. Because in America they're tax exempt.
So how did he end up kind of, you say child abuse, like, is it from children, they bring them up and they...
Because the heart of Scientology is Dianetics. And in Dianetics they do what they call auditing. Which they'll tell you, oh no, that's just the same as a confession. It's much more than that. They write down everything you say, they film the sessions, and rather than you coming in and confessing your perceived sins, they'll ask you questions. And even to children, they'll ask them questions. They even have children who do the auditing, they train them as child auditors because some of the wealthy Americans prefer to be audited by a child, where they'll ask them questions of a sexual nature. Oh, are you masturbating? Did you have mucky thoughts about your sister? All this kind of stuff. So there's a lot of, and that is stuff children shouldn't be happy to be unaware of. Yeah. But if you are interested in buying a book, this is a new book out, it's called X, written by Jamie Mustard. He's a child who grew up in Scientology. So he's talking about his experience, and his experience is typical of what someone growing up in Scientology encounters. He's also a fantastic writer. It's an absolute fantastic read in itself. Can I give you my card? That's my YouTube channel there.
Oh yeah, you're on YouTube, are you?
I am, yeah. Well, mainly it helps to spread awareness online as well. But you can imagine I'm just a small channel. But mainly I go live for my own protection to prove this is where I am. I'm not running around interfering with anyone or asking, because they have a lot of buildings, but this is where one of their scams is a financial scam, property scam they do. This Scientology themselves didn't pay to open this or for any. They con their wealthy members. They do all sorts of galas and events throughout the year. The wealthy members and celebrity, well, they all pay. Even the normal members of the public that don't have much money, they all put their hands in their pockets and they do fundraising to open these buildings. There's so many different levels to the way David Miscavige is able to con the members out of money. Oh, sorry, it is, and it all goes into his pocket. He has billions salted all around the world when he needs to go on the lam. Because there are people in the States who have court cases against him. Because there are children who grew up. There's one lady called Valerie Haney. She grew up in Scientology. She was SA'd repeatedly at the age of 14 by an adult male Scientologist. She was forced to marry him. So she's bringing a legal case against him. I normally don't think, because it's hard for a victim to acknowledge it, even to know they're being abused. When you grow up into it, you don't know any better. And these guys are big on victim blaming. It's your own fault. If you got SAs, it's your own fault. You must have done something in a previous life to deserve it.
Yeah. Oh, they're all mad, aren't they? Mental.
Well,
Mental,
it's not so much the mad, it's that they're brainwashed into believing a certain thing. And then you get trapped inside the prison of your own belief. If you think of it, best way to think of it, you think of the Truman Show. It's all trapped in that and you don't see it. They'll look at me and they'll think I'm a nasty person going out here protesting. I don't know what the truth is. And that is probably one of the main things that does make it cult. They believe in the word of Lafayette Ronald Tubbett and only his word. They don't believe in the word of anyone else. And they're even limited, they're even discouraged from looking at things on the internet or reading things in the paper. If it says anything about Scientology, they don't. They're programmed not to look at it. They won't even consider. Maybe there might be.
It fascinates me why they always want millionaires and billionaires to join it. Like Travolta and Cruz.
And that is sort of more. It was a clever scheme by the founder that he deliberately targeted the arts people because they're more susceptible. If you think to be a good artist, to be a good actor, you're good at playing the role of someone else. And whatever that creativity is, it does make you more susceptible to some of the kooky beliefs.
I know Cruz opened there, all the people over there protesting.
Oh yeah, thanks for stopping to talk to me. A Facebook star says, you sound like my son. His entire life, he's 30 now, and we just had a pizza party for his birthday. You're never too old to enjoy pizza. Absolutely, man. Hang on there now, Cathy. Eggs or pancakes? That is an all-day food. Absolutely it is. There's many a poor hen had to cluck for hours to produce them delicious eggs. So we should appreciate the delicious eggs that they provided us with. Absolutely is great. Although I think at this point I can probably safely say I am all talked out. And both is certainly dry anyway. Exactly, Joe, there is no rules. Eat what you want when you want. Oh, fuck, you're right, I guess I got it mixed up. Do you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to write myself some little cards like Samuel the SP chef has. Because I do get me facts muddled up. She escaped in the trunk of a car, it was. Yeah, it was someone else who had to. Yeah, Gavin Potter, that's the name. I'm going to have to write down some of these key facts that I can refer to. Because I don't want to be deliberately, well, accidentally given wrong information. Oh, that's what that guy was laughing about, Peter. Because when I was passing through town, on my way to get my second bus. I heard someone laughing about a Steelers getting robbed in Dublin last night, and I kind of thought, why is he laughing? Because at the time I thought he was laughing about a mate of his, but it was one of the players. Holy smokes, minor injuries. So does that mean, was he able to tug out then for today's game? I'd say more like Miriam, he was getting acquainted with the locals, trying to relieve him of his wallet. Oh, thanks very much, Miriam. Yeah, Joe, right. I do need the cards because I am a female of a certain age, where my memory is most definitely impacted. And I do hope when I make the transition from being perimenopause into menopause that my memory does come back, because it's absolutely pants at the moment. Oh, right, Peter, yeah. If you're experiencing nightlife instead of visiting his pillow, he'd be in deep doo-doo. So he probably would have been benched for the pre-game violations. Definitely to have gotten himself involved in a beaten up with minor injury, he was definitely indulging in the nightlife. More than likely, or maybe he was just going for an innocent jog around Temple Bar and happened to wander into a pub innocently looking for a pint of water to quench his thirst. Who knows? I'm sure it's all perfectly innocent. You're right, Joe, I could hand them to locals. Yeah, I could do up some little information booklets. You're absolutely right there. Right, Catty, well, it doesn't help when your memory is like Swiss cheese anyway. When in Rome or Temple Bar, right? Oh dear. I do like this song. Oh, that's good, the car's coming out. Cars coming out of the org now, they're getting a chance to see my signage. But that was a fantastic piece of advice from that one driver advising me to spread out my signage. Just going to tilt the camera this way while there's some kids wandering out the org there. We'll give them their privacy. Yeah, so they just happened into the car there in front of me, so I'll just tilt it over this way somehow. But yeah, I do think sometimes you need someone to tell you the obvious. I do think it is certainly better having the sign spaced out like that. There's a much better chance of passing by to catch my glimpse at least one of them. There, of course, we have Roger. Battery is 10%. No worries. 10% battery left, lads. Oh, hey, Amy, how are you? It looks like the Irish dancing contest is well and truly over anyway. Seen plenty of cars leaving there. So I think I might hang around for another bit. Leave my signs on display. Give them a chance to have a glance at me signs as they're driving by. Oh, you've 9 new followers on Spotify. Fantastic news, Joe. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, there's a terrible thing going on in Michigan. I hope that Scientology don't use it for their benefit. I certainly hope they don't, Amy. But we know what they're like. They'll certainly try to use it to their advantage if they can. With their vulture ministers for anyway. Cathy is working on getting Spotify and her other devices. Oh jeez, Cathy. Fair play to you. I have to say it was a real struggle getting Apple Music to work there the other day. Who knew I'd exhausted there's a 5 or 6 device limit. That apparently every single Apple device I've ever owned was still registered under me Apple Music. The easiest thing I found to do in the end was just to unregister all of them and start from scratch again. Today's technology is never easy. Ooh, I'm hoping. Oh, I hope you get credit, Joe, for the because that's a couple of times today I played your 2 albums. I'm playing them offline through Apple Music. So when I'm back online later then, you should get the credit for 2 plays then of them 2 albums. Yep, that's what I ended up doing, I guess I just deleted them all. Deleted everything from the Apple Music. It took me a second to work, well quite a few seconds to work it out. Because I was looking at me Apple Cloud and I was scratching my head saying, well, I don't have more than 5 or 6 devices on my Apple Cloud, until I realised Apple Music then has its own set of accounts. Oh, Amy says 1,500 streams on Spotify equals 1 album sale. That's a lot of streams. But then again though, that is good though, considering you're still getting credit then even though nobody is technically buying the music. Cool. It also means it's well worthwhile streaming the music 24/7. Play as often as you can. I wonder, do they cap the amount of times that you can play the music? Does each clip, if I was to play your music, Joe, 1,000 times, would you end up with 1,000 credits for that, I wonder? Oh Jesus, Joe, you're rolling in the money now. Holy smokes. Joe has made 76 cents this month. It's built off from YouTube Premium and YouTube ads. Not bad. Suppose every penny counts. Yeah, it's peanuts and streaming services. I suppose it's better than nothing, and then who knows where it might lead to. Because if your music gets out there and bands decide to cover your tunes, there could be some royalty fees in it for you. Who knows? Yeah, I have a MacBook which I was listening to Joe's new album all day on Friday on it. But yeah, I could leave it going. When I'm not using my MacBook, I could leave it streaming Joe's music for the extra plays. I certainly could, that's a good idea. Oh yeah, for sure, we're all rolling in the dough, we certainly are. Sure isn't, aren't we getting checks from Big Pharma? I hope my check from Big Pharma arrives in time for Christmas. Or Joe says if you make a playlist on Spotify and repeat the songs 10 times and play it through without pausing, and let it play through once a day, that helps to make a difference. Oh, you need many people, but at the same time, every little bit counts. Joe says, we made a streaming party playlist and every listen at the same time protects us with 48 people. Oh, that's a fantastic idea. Absolutely fantastic. A streaming party. Oh, that'd be a fantastic idea. We could do a few of them, alright. I hope my check from Big Pharma is massive. I could have been at the beach today, lads. For me, missing a potential day at the beach. But then I guess the advantage of that though is I'm not spending the next month finding sand in the most obscure places in my house. So, I'm sure who doesn't enjoy standing out here? Hey Janelle, how are you? Beach in the rain. Nothing wrong with beach at the rain, Joe. Nothing wrong with the rain on the beach. Most definitely better than 50 degrees scorching heat, that's for sure. No danger of getting a suntan. So we're just outside the Dublin org of the Church of Scientology, and it looks like there's some sort of an Irish dancing event on there today. I'm just going to move up this way just a little bit, while a few people are just navigating through the cars. I'll make the effort try and not capture any children, even though legally there's nothing stopping me from doing it. But I just think sometimes you just do what you feel is the right thing to do. So we have on display, we have Child X by Jamie Mustard, and when I remembered, I've been pointing it out to people. So hopefully there'll be a few new sales for Jamie out of it. Maybe some people will be getting Child X as a Christmas present. We have Roger there looking over me, minding me 2 bottles of water for myself. We have this poster here listing the more common Scientology front groups and aliases like Dianetics, Narcanon, Criminon, Way to Fake Happiness, Drug-Free World Against Doctors' Orders, False Truths About Drugs, Vulture Ministers, Limited for Human Rights, Fake Youths for Human Rights, Citizens Commissions for Violating Human Rights, and BS for our kids is the way I read that one. And we have our trusted signage. We have our Touch Assist is not scientific. For pain relief, consult medical professionals, stop the abuse. And that is a message I wish these guys would listen to. Always listen to medical advice, and preferably one that does not have a Scientology plaque on his wall. And we have this lovely one. We have Cult Scientology, learn why we protest at FSciento.space, helping to end the abuses. So I highly recommend people checking out FSciento.space to see the list of people like myself who are protesting all around the world about the abuses and the dangers of Scientology. There's also some useful resources there, and I would also recommend checking out the channels of survivors of Scientology and listen to their stories. It's probably the best, rather than taking my word for it. And the message we show the org is stop forcing disconnections, child auditing is abuse, and no more kids in Scientology. And the one I show the roadside is Scientology is a cult, elder abuse, child abuse, money scam. And I've had quite a few good conversations with past members of the public, so I know my signs are pretty useful and effective, and it is catching their eye, and quite a few people have been asking me about them, which is good. It is also encouraging. Thanks very much Jojo, sharing the link, FSciento.space. But the event is slowly packing up. I wonder, is there still some Irish dancing going on in there? Could it be different age categories that they're doing? It could be different age categories. Maybe the younger ones are done. How's it going?
Live streaming.
I am live streaming.
You might stop though, Aaron.
Oh, it's pointing this way. It's okay.
Because I don't want to.
Oh no, you're not on it. I have it. It's pointing away this way. It's not this way. It's at the building.
Okay, it's pointing that way.
Yeah, it's pointing that way. Yeah. Yeah, no, I prefer not to capture people unless someone specifically say you can film me.
Okay, maybe I stand.
Oh no, it's on the building, so you can see. If you want to stand beside me, you can see the way there. It's on the building.
I'm trying not to do that stream because I'm also for security of this technology. So I'm trying to.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's what you're comfortable with. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because I've seen you the second time.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm trying to understand what you were talking.
Yeah, yeah.
So you might tell me what's going on.
Can I give you my card? If you check out, this is the website, FSciento.space. And this here, that's my YouTube channel, is Irish_Mark.
Do you mind take a picture and then I can browse it?
Oh yeah, you can take this with you if you want.
I can keep it.
Or you can take a picture. Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you want to take a picture of the website, there is FSciento.space. So there's a lot of channels listed in FSciento.space. There's people like myself all over the world doing this. But also in FSciento.space there's a section called Survivors of Scientology. There are people who grew up in Scientology who have since left and are speaking out and they're sharing their experience of what they went through. And that is why, and it's listening to their stories, is why I'm out here protesting. Because I've listened to people all around the world that grew up in Scientology at different times, from the 60s all the way to current time. And even though the stories are different, the abuses they went through is very similar. This place it's not a religion, it's a cult. They don't believe in a God. They ultimately believe if you progress high enough up their bridge, that you'll become a God. It's all really...
Becoming a God?
Exactly, it's all a money scam. Because they say you'll have full control over mind matter. You won't need glasses. You'll never suffer from headaches or migraines. You'll never get cancer.
Oh.
And that is why it's dangerous. Because they'll entice you and come in and do a free personality test, do a free course. And you think, where's the harm in that? Who doesn't like something for free? But you'll do the free personality test and they'll say, this and this is wrong with you. But you know what? We have a course for that. Come in and do a course. Then maybe they start off cheap, that say, the first course will be £50. The next course then will be £100. But it progressively goes up. And then eventually you find the course is £100,000, £200,000. But what the thing they do is, you keep doing the courses, but you never quite reach that point of where you're all good. There's nothing more wrong with you. You never reach that stage. There's always something else wrong that they'll unlock doing the courses. They'll say, you've unlocked something, you've unlocked trauma from past life. These people believe we've all lived a billion years before. So even though nothing bad happened to you in this life, but they'll say, oh, all these things happened to you in a previous life. You need to do these courses. Come in and do some auditing, which for auditing you can pay tens of thousands of dollars for. So it's a money scam.
Have you been joining them before?
I never have, thankfully. But I can see why people do join. If you think of someone who's left home 18, 19, early 20s, you're at a very vulnerable stage in your life where you're looking for something. We all look for something. We all missing something in our lives where we look for spiritual enlightenment. And these guys are pretending to give that. Why they call themselves Scientology, they'll say, oh, we have the tools for everything. They sell courses for business, they'll sell courses that'll help improve your confidence. They even have courses that will help you improve relations with your wife if you have marital problems. Everything and anything they have courses for, and it's all about a money scam.
Is this the only church in Ireland?
This is the only one of these in Ireland. And even though they call themselves a church, they're not a church and they're not a religion, they are a cult. They're widely recognised here as a cult. In fact, in most places around the world, they are recognised as a cult. Germany, cult. Germany in particular, their secret service keeps a close eye on Scientology because they go back to the Nazi days, if you think of World War II. So they are very suspicious of what these guys are doing. But they're very good at creating the positive PR, and they squash any negative stories about them, which is why a lot of people don't realise how bad they really are.
It looks well funded.
It is. They have a lot of wealthy members. They have Tom Cruise as a member.
Huh.
He's been a member for years. Nancy Cartwright, the voice of Bart Simpson, she's a member. So very cleverly, they targeted celebrities back in L. Ron Hubbard's day. Back in, I think, the 70s is when they started actively targeting celebrities and actors, because they realised actors are more susceptible to the brainwashing because of their creativity side, and then they have the money and they'll pay for the prestige. They'll go to these Scientology runs various fundraising events throughout the year, or where you donate money. The members would have paid to build and furnish this building here, and then based on the amount of money donated, when you donate say £10 million of money, you'll get a massive plaque. You donate 100 million, you'll get an even bigger plaque. So it's all really, the fundamentals of it is it's a financial scam. It's about money. Because what church do you have to pay to play?
Anyone you or
Personally, I don't know anyone in Scientology, but because I've listened to the survivor stories on YouTube over the last few years, particularly people who grew up as children in here, and that is what has prompted me to be out protesting. Because that's the impact it's had on me. To be out here protesting alone, I know that these guys do what they call fair gaming, the Npaniagua. They will lie to the police and say I was doing. There 3 weeks ago they called out the guards. They said I was harassing staff members. And you see me, I just stand here. How am I harassing anyone? But they don't like this because this will help people see. Because you come along, you say, oh, maybe there's something more to it. Maybe these aren't just a friendly group of people. And they can't counteract against the truth. They have nothing they can do to cancel out the truth.
so they don't fear anything when you're right here.
They've called the guards on me a few times.
Oh yeah.
They said I was harassing the staff members by just standing here. How could I be harassing staff members just standing here? Today then they called me again. Today, oh, it's legal.
Oh yeah.
Because this is public space. I have a legal right to film because I'm in a public space. Now, I haven't filmed you, and I don't film people unless someone says, oh, could I be on your live? Because I think, even though legally I could do it, personally I don't think it's the right thing to do. I wouldn't like to be randomly appearing on someone's live, do you know what I mean? But the reason I'm live is mainly to prove I'm on this side, that I'm not inside there.
What's your goal doing this?
My goal is just to spread awareness, because they have a lot of events, because they offer their space here free of charge to the children of the area to do the Irish dance and do the gymnastics. So my worry is that they'll grow up and they'll think, oh, that was that nice friendly place I did my Irish dancing in. Where's the harm in coming in for a free course, do a free personality test? So I'm trying to counteract that by being here, that they'll think, wait a minute, there was a nice lady out protesting, I wonder why. Maybe I'll do a Google and look into it more. So that's my hope. Just to plant the seeds it out. And that people will question and look and do some research for themselves. Because there's plenty of information out there on the internet. Just a matter of looking for it. But
A pyramid scam or scheme.
pyramid scheme is a good way of putting it, yeah. It's purely about money. It's a property scam, money scam.
So you invite more people and then you get flowers.
Yeah, because typically when someone does get sucked into Scientology, they're encouraged to bring in their family and their friends and get them sucked in. Because of that, you can see where it is here. Nobody is just wandering in off the street and inquiring. And that is one thing that they do is they do what they call a touch assist, which they believe that will cure things like a headache, it'll cure a lot of things by touching you on various parts of your body, which obviously it doesn't. It's more like a pseudo kind of effect. And then these are just the different drunk groups that they have. And where you won't know by looking at their literature. Like you won't know by looking at their book that they do to weigh the happiness that's Dianetics or their Scientology. You have to read very fine small print. Okay, I think I'm back. Let me back. She died. Oh. I didn't notice my there, lads, when I was talking to that nice gentleman. So I'm not sure how long I was gone for. Hopefully not too long. Hopefully I wasn't offline long enough for them lads to say I'd somehow managed with my superior superhuman speed to scale over the fence and cause untold damage. We have a sausage finger situation here, says Miriam. What time are we at anyway? Holy smokes, it's nearly 6 o'clock. Jesus, time sure does fly when you're talking to people. So hopefully there, that last gentleman I was speaking to, hopefully he's going to be purchasing a copy of Jamie's book there. He was very interested in Jamie's book. I'll have to play this back and see how much of the conversation I did record. It was mainly me talking though, but anyway, not to worry. What's that smell? Weird smell in the air, but anyway. Yep, we're back. My phone battery died on me. I didn't notice because I was still speaking to the gentleman. I was busy flogging Jamie's book for himself. Oh, I think one of the neighbours have that smokeless fuel. The smokeless fuel catches me every time. It's smokeless, not smellless. So apologies, my camera work is going to be just a little bit shaky there. Because my hand does shake. 6 o'clock, I might call it there because my back is starting to get at me a bit. I don't know how it is, lads, if you find the same, but I find my back does get sore from just standing around in the one place for too long, which I don't quite understand. Somebody has cats. Oh, Janelle has 3 kittens left on her porch. Jesus. Cathy says 2 cats left on her patio. Flippin' heck. Yeah, I think I'll start packing up a bit. Where will I put my phone? Put my phone to make sure I'm still here this side of the fence. I'm not doing any. Oh, I'll put you guys. Let me see. I'm not zoomed in there. Alright, we'll put you guys with Roger. There you go. There you go. Have a chat to Roger there while I quickly pack up. Thanks for me to pack it up. It's actually gotten a bit cold here, lads. So as soon as of an evening here, it can get cold very quickly. Let me pack this up and stick my gloves back on. And I start my journey home. Where am I having for dinner? Don't want the big bag. I don't know what's going in. Oh, there we go. Jamie's book. Then for later. Roger in here. Gimbal. Oh, Jesus. Hang on, turn off the gimbal. This is easy. Oh, bugger. So much easier when I have the gimbal over there. Hey. Sorry about that, lads. Oh, you're seeing me jobby fingers. See me jobby fingers. My gloves. Quick scan to make sure I'm not leaving. Nope, haven't left anything behind me there. And I'll just bring you guys with me as I walk away. To prove that I have had zero interactions with staff members as I was leaving this place. They can make up zero stories about me. Well, listen. Well, I just asked Janelle, have you talked to Nora at all? Janelle says it's too late for, we were talking about kittens, it's too late for kittens to, they're getting trained enough to go to the kitty adoption centre. Oh, cool. Janelle answers, highest. No, I wish she stayed in Oregon instead of submitting to the jurisdiction of California. I guess maybe she doesn't have a choice on it. Oregon aliens are going up to say hell no to the federal overreach also. Oh, fantastic. Janelle, exactly. I am absolutely 100% positive this is shaky as fuck because my hand is shaky as fuck. I'm just getting myself well away, nobody behind me, which is good. Just put myself off down here, safe distance. So them lads can't be trying to stitch me up or anything. Play it safe, I think. That's the thing about states, they don't. Chanel says that's the thing about states, they don't have the right to tell people in other states what to do. I would have thought so, but don't really understand the distinction between the states and the federal sometimes. That's a fantastic idea, I guess. that maybe it would be worth getting in touch with Nora. Oh, thanks very much, Cathy. I have to say, I think I was accidentally showing you guys the ground. Apologies for that. I was more watching what my feet was doing to make sure I wasn't going to trip over my own feet. Thanks very much, Cathy. I do my best. But I am rather cream cracker now though. Looking forward to getting home and launching into that. What did I say I was going to have? Salmon and some chips. And maybe I'll have a cheeky beer. Or maybe I know. Hold the beer. I'll have a wee dram or two of whiskey. Morgan says, yeah, Janelle, I agree with Tigus. Nor should be aware of the risks and benefits of engaging with this. I think that's sound advice, lads, yeah. Most Jen says you have to go to federal court to do that, but so long as she's not in Cali, the Cali court can go to Fountain. Oh, that is worth letting Nora know that. And he says if a crime goes over state lines, it's federal and the FBI get involved. Interesting. Just going to put on my gloves. Put on my gloves there for a second. Gloves on. I'm actually thinking I might walk through the park today. You know, lads, if you're up to it, I'll bring you for a walk through the park with me. There's not going to be many days where it's going to be, we'll get the daylight, we'll go for a wee walk about. Although maybe a wee walk to the park wasn't such a good idea when you see what there is an uphill bit here. We have this. Do you know what? We might just walk over to the Scientology building, and it is just there to the. It is just there to the left. That means this flip over hand. So Janelle says, strategically, I'd never volunteer myself to the jurisdiction of any court which I don't have to, but that's her call. She does know how to reach me if she wants. I've always offered no free advice yet. So there you can see, that is a lovely cloud, or a lovely sky rather. Just a quick look around the side and back of the building here, and then we'll head for a lovely walk through the park. And if I remember the way rightly, there'll be a lovely surprise for you guys that we didn't see last time we were in here, because it's at the other end past the cafe area. I hate to say it, but that does make a lovely picture. Oh, my camera work wasn't too shaky. It's a lovely bit of raining. There's a stream below us. There is a stream below us there, alright. I guess you call this a bridge. Pretty dried up though. Aim it down there somewhere. Right, Cathy, the whole thing is crazy. But that's the legal system for you. In the back there a bit. I see smoke coming out. Oh, I wonder they burn it underneath the premises. I think this is probably all we can see. There are plenty of floodlights there around the back anyway. Yeah, so it's the same railings they have on this side all the way around their property. There definitely is no way of anyone slipping out the back. The only way in and out is through that main entrance and exit that we seen earlier. Hey Lara, how are you? I've just finished up a protesting stint at the Cult of Scientology in Dublin, and we're just bringing ourselves for a bit of a healing walk through the park to restore some positivity. Well, I for one, I do sense the negative vibes that come out of any Scientology building. I do think it's always good to restore the balance. That with negativity, you need to replace it as soon as possible with some positivity. And this is a lovely park. Now, if I can remember the way to go to where the cafe place is, because that is where beyond will be a surprise. I think I can go this way. If I get lost, I'll resort to using Google Maps. But I think we can go down this way. Yeah, you probably did, Amy, yeah. They tried to say that it wasn't the Scientologists that called the cops. They tried to say it was concerned parents, that they were concerned I was filming and taking pictures of the children. And even if I was, it would still be legal. I'm legally allowed to film in public. Which the Gardaí knew that themselves. I was breaking absolutely no laws. No, in fact, Scientology should be prosecuted for wasting Gardaí time when they could be doing something more sensible with their time. But like you see, like how long were the Gardaí in there talking to the Scientologists? For a flipping long time, lads. Even when they were trying to leave, when they had a foot each outside their front door, the Scientologists were still yapping at them, trying to get a twisted viewpoint across, which they were having none of. They certainly are, Amy, and that to me is an encouragement that my signs are effective, which is why they don't like it. And I'm sure it drives them fucking bonkers that people are stopping to talk to me. And that to me, that just gives me even more encouragement. I'll continue coming out here every weekend, provided the weather is up to it. Yeah, I'll have a look into that, I guess, about seeing what we can get off the call logs. As you say, we should be, I'll have a look into that, particularly if I can do it anonymously. I certainly don't want to be giving my details out if I don't need to. That is one lovely sky. Yeah, they're from Rathfarnham haggis. They're sort of part of the Talagarda station in that they both, Rathfarnham is kind of a small tiny station. They're sort of like an offshoot of Tala. They both report to the same sergeant. Yeah, have a good one, Janelle, and thanks for popping by. Oh, thanks very much, Larry. It's because of your story, Bianca's story. Everybody who grew up in Scientology is why I do what I do. Because I don't want to see anyone else grow up in Scientology. And ideally, I don't want to see anyone grow up in any abusive situation. But that's something for another day. And it's certainly something that is an eye-opener for me, has been coming out here talking to the locals, that there is absolutely zero cult awareness done in the schools here, which I think is absolutely crazy in today's fucking age where we're surrounded by cults. Plus I'd be thinking it shouldn't just be specifically cult awareness, it should more be abusive relationship awareness kind of thing. That would also bring in personal relationships into it as well. There's so much they could easily cover. Heck knows, in today's world we have enough experts that could do child-friendly courses. Like, why do we have to leave it up to everyone to find out the hard way and experience it for themselves, which I think is wrong? When you know something is wrong, wouldn't you share that with everyone else? You wouldn't want to see anyone else go through the same shit. Do you know what I mean? Oh, thanks very much, Miriam. Cool, I'm going the right way. I don't think there's too much further to go for me to show you the little surprise. This is actually a fantastic idea. I'm enjoying doing this. I do like that bench. What did we think he is? Oh, he's a wasp. He is a wasp. 2 wasps at either end of the bench. I like that. If ever I get my own garden, that is a type of bench I'd be wanting. I think the cafe is just around here somewhere. We should see another red bridge, and beyond that then will be the cafe, and then just beyond that then will be a surprise. And now the surprise could well be that the Irish had lost. You know what I mean? That would be well, it wouldn't be a surprise. I very often do get lost, so that should be a surprise to nobody. Yeah, I think we're coming up to the turn. Or do we go past the fairy tree first? I don't know when I get down here and have a bit of a look around. I do hope this camera isn't too shaky, lads. Yeah, that's the skateboard park there. Here's the skateboard park. As you can see there, it's pretty busy, which is good to see. It's good to see the freely available public facilities being utilised. And there we have her. So if anyone does have an old tree stump in their garden, that would be a fantastic idea to do. Look at the level of detail. The level of detail in that, lads. Oh, I see the red bridge. Good, I'm going the right way. I see the red bridge. Look at that, that's a lovely soccer pitch there. What do you need the pitch in the cult of Scientology field for? You have a lovely pitch there. They're fucking fantastic, aren't they? What a fantastic idea to do is to make a fairy tree. And the level of detail that's on them is outstanding. With the little doors and windows. And then putting on the finishing touches of the little latches and everything. If I ever had my own garden, that's what I'd be looking to replicate. I actually love the colours of autumn. When you just look at the different colours of the trees and shrubbery in autumn, the lovely golden colours I do actually love. Absolutely very pretty. There's a bridge there. Here we have another little bit of a fairy tree. So any sort of a garden stump, that's the sort of thing you could easily do with it. And look at that, using the painted horseshoe. Fantastic touch. And then the little bit of a carving work there. It's so simple, but yet the level of detail in it is absolutely outstanding. Outstanding, whoever designed them and then did the artwork of them. A lot of talented people in this world. Oh yeah, there's our bridge there. And if I'm not mistaken, the cafe will be just down at the end of the bridge. And then it'll be to my right is where my surprise is. Hey Matt, how are you? We've just been for a wee protest at the cult of Scientology in Dublin. And now we're going for a little bit of a walkabout through the local park here. There we have the River Dobber. We're looking down in the, I don't think there's any fishes. I don't see any movement in the river apart from a few ripples down. Oh, there's our cafe there. That's the river running through this way. That could be the roadway just out there, that's good. Oh, we're going the right way, lads. I haven't lost me bearings just yet. I'm doing well. this? Oh, we're coming up to the surprise. We're coming up to the surprise, lads. You're really going to love this surprise, Cathy. If you thought the fairy trees are good, this one I think is absolutely even better. Have a look at this, lads. Have a look at this. Wouldn't that be a fantastic idea for a piece in your garden? Who needs to be buying them cheap plastic gnomes when you could just make one out of a tree stump yourself? No need for a water feature either. That is just fucking perfect. That is exactly what I want when I get a garden. This is exactly what I want. Like, it's a relatively simple idea. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I just think it's fucking lovely. That blew my socks off the first day I seen it. Yeah, it does look like a gnome. Carved out of an old tree stump. It is absolutely, yeah, I love a Catty. Oh, so that's it there now, lads. I think we'll end the live now. That's what I wanted to show you guys and bring us for a nice little walk. So I want to thank everyone for joining me today. I'm sure I'll see you all around the chat at some stage.